Standing by.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Complete.
The portal to many dimensions is open. Oh, hello? Where am I? Konnijigen. There I am. Konnijigen. It's your favorite superstar, the multidimensional Dajigen, Khaiden, a sentient star cluster in VTuber form. Yes, when you're multidimensional, these kinds of dimensional rifts, dimensional glitches happen. Good to see you, Starry. Good to see you again, Mist. Good luck in your tier 3 SB in Lotro. What did SB mean? I forget. Can probably look it up. But yeah, 6-man, 6-man. Gotta concentrate on that, probably, depending on your role in the party. But yeah, FF14 starring as nearly every Friday. Today is another Final Fantasy Friday after that wonderful Castle Crasher session earlier. You know, I think that was great. That was some great fun, though I was getting kind of lost towards the end because I realized I had to kind of like grind, and I think it might be better if I just grind some levels off the stream and then we start the next stream with some levels under our belt, so to speak. Some levels already like raised. That's what I think I'm gonna do. Yeah, for the next Castle Crasher stream. Probably next week. Yeah, it's too early to start talking about the plans for next week. We can maybe talk about that on the Sunday Japanese stream. I already have some ideas anyway. But yeah. Good to see you all again, though. Good to see you all for the first time, depending on where you, if you're watching me for the first time today. Just busy fishing in an EW area, so lurking. Nice. Hope the fishing goes well. Thank you for lurking while fishing, Sorry. I'll accompany you through that and send you the superstar vibes so you can catch something good. Oh man, I still have yet to fish in Final Fantasy XIV. But yeah, I'll get to it. So many things to do. There's no shortage of things to experience in Final Fantasy XIV. And what we're going to experience today is the Dreams of Ice content. Lots and lots of quests to keep track of. Actually, it might be a good idea if I like took a look at like the complete list of all the quests we have. Also, if you hear any background noise, I do apologize. Some of the neighbors are also blasting music extremely loud today. Like sometimes they blast music out loud, but today is like way louder than usual. I don't know why. Probably because it's like Easter holidays or something. Trying to get the fabled Jinga shrimp for some calamari ripieni. That all sounds very fancy, because I don't know what the blazes any of that is, but it sounds very, very fancy. From the shrimp to what I assume is the dish? Calamari ripieni? Yeah, go for it. Go for it! Actually, yeah, I'm putting together the list of like all the quests, and I'm gonna count them down. We can't really measure things by the amount of quests. It's not really a good idea, at least, but it's kind of fun to do anyway. Great names for the quests and all that. I like that quest names in a lot of ways can be like the name of an episode in a series or a chapter in a book. Always looking at it in that way. The Raison Royale. Did I say that right? I don't think I said that right, but yeah. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. If I can do that right, that's 19 quests. Sounds like a big number, which I know it is, but at the same time, we can't just measure it by the numbers itself. It's not a fair assessment, I would say. But yeah, that's what we're gonna head into. So in previous patch content and when the Hildebrand stuff that we were in for quite a few weeks, we have been trying to do them all in one sitting. So far it's been very successful. Through the Maelstrom, patch 2.2 and then 2.3 Defenders of Eorzea, we did it like that. But we may not do that today. I'm gonna try to get as far as possible, and yes, I will try to do it all in one sitting. However, we shall see how it goes. We shall see how it goes. Also because it's early-ish. The stream we have tomorrow with Luren is early-ish. So we'll need to wake up a little bit earlier for that. Much like today, but not as early as today. As the YouTube Castle Crasher stream today. But yes, with that being said, let's go into Final Fantasy XIV. I did open the launcher. It updated a little bit. It was like, what was it, 70 megabytes or so, I think. Oh, look at that! Wait a minute. Stormblood free expansion offer ends May 8th. FF14 starter edition required. Hold on a minute. Hey, Square Enix, I gotta take a look at this. Hey, wait a minute. What is this? What is this? Maybe I'll buy Final Fantasy XIV already. I was saving that until we got to the end of the free trial content, but Get Stormblood free for limited time, and this was March 27 through Monday, May 8. Okay, at 6:59 AM PDT. For limited time, existing owners or purchasers of Final Fantasy XIV Starter Edition can add the Stormblood expansion to their account for free. Whether you're excited to explore new lands, try out the Samurai or Red Mage shops, or fight for the liberation of Al Amigo, there is something for everyone. Okay. I'm gonna have to take a look at that. Oh yeah, this is also a free login campaign. Yeah, there you go. So there's a free login situation also going on all the way until May 8th. Okay. There's also the Easter event going on right now. That's what we'll do tomorrow with Luren and company. What do you think, Maniacs? Should I just go for it and get it? So it's pretty much a month left since it ends on May 8th at 6:59 AM. So the last one is May 7. The last real full day for that is May 7. Do it! You sound like Palpatine, Starry. Do it! Actually, I gotta see if it's possible within the budget. But yeah, what would I be saving? How would it work? Like, what would be the other way of obtaining Stormblood? How would I be spending money? Because how was it? You don't actually get subscriptions separately, right? I mean, separately from that was great timing with the end of the music and the start of the in-game music, by the way. Your subscription just gets you all of them, right? I guess it would mean that I get playtime with Stormblood? Is that how it works? I gotta take a look at the terms. Let me save the URL for that. I'm gonna put it in my notes here. Oh yeah, and let me number the quest lines, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, actually, what we did for the Hildebrand quest lines last week was related to this. Is what got released with this patch as well, so it goes hand in hand with Dreams of Ice. But with the way I've been deciding to handle the Hildebrand things is to do them at the same time. Is to do them not at the same time, but before we get into the main patch itself. That's why we were doing it like that. I remember my reasoning for doing that. Oh, didn't choose, okay. My bad. Still right. Players in Q11, that's not really a lot, is it? Not really. But yeah, there you are. I'm very excited to continue Castle Crashers though, like we had earlier today. And if it continues to work out like this, I would like to continue making an active effort to get every Friday free like this. So that, or of course, you know, if I do make more money off of this, I can keep it doing for longer. That's the ideal anyway. But what was I gonna say? Well, we're not gonna get into that Pandora box, into that can of worms right now, as important as it is. But I would like to keep that active effort all the time, to have a complete Final Fantasy Friday in the future. You know, I actually considered playing like one of those mobile games, Final Fantasy Mystic Quest or something like that, because I think it is much shorter. But it turns out that some of those like portable console Final Fantasy games are not really Final Fantasy games. They just got the Final Fantasy name on it for marketing reasons, but they're not. Like one of those is from the Mana series, one of those is from the Saga series. It's a mess. Thankfully, those things are not done anymore, but yeah, that really sucks to have the name change like that. You know, literally the only thing that's related is that they're RPGs, I guess. Well, and maybe they have like similar magic and a similar fantasy world of sorts, and that's a maybe. So, without any further ado, let's get into it. Or rather, no, wait. I'm just gonna do some lotteries in the gold saucer. I think I still need the weekly gag pot, and then the daily one. And that's it. That's all we're gonna do. We're not gonna do like roulettes or Manderville weekly challenges. It was nice to do them last week on April Fools, though. All upside down like that. What will it look like next year? We shall see. I would have done that last year as well. That whole upside down April Fools thing, but I don't remember what the reasons why I wasn't able to. I think I was very busy with the 38 Kamen Rider challenge. Now I'm managing the 39 Kamen Rider challenge, but my workload for that is much less because I'm not doing like cover songs with videos every single day. This time is a little bit more simple, still requires some effort, but not as much as last year. It's also because I'm focusing on many other things and many other projects right now, so that's the way it's gotta be. My original idea, which was to do a 1-minute lore of sorts video for each main rider, yeah, it didn't quite work out. Didn't quite work out. I would still like to talk about the individual timelines and individual lore, or something like that, for each of the 39 main riders, and beyond the main riders as well. Let's go towards the Cacpot board, and yeah. The stuff we were doing last week was like right before the reset, I think? Let me see. Yeah, Jungle Cacpot, consolation prize. Consolation prize. Never gone beyond 3rd place. Sorry, 4th prize, that's what I meant. 4th prize, have I ever made it to 3rd prize? Maybe I have, but I don't think so. Anyway, let's buy today's Cacpot ticket. First of them is gonna be random. 8985, cool. Then let's have 0407 for today's date. Month and day at least. And then what should we do? Well, I'll tell you what. Today on the 39 Kamen Rider Challenge is the 5th day, which means it's X Rider Day, Kamen Rider X, which started in 1974. So I'll make it be that year. That works out. I was thinking also 1975 because the most recent anniversary was like the anniversary of Super Sentai and Kamen Rider Stronger on April 5th. But I'm not sure about that. So, Traitor in the Mist. Let me see actually the little synopsis about that. Alright, it's time for lore. It's time to get into that mode now. Oh, yeah, actually, it doesn't say it in the quests here. Yeah. Revenant's Toll. Towards the headquarters of the Crystal Braves and the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. We pick up from where we left off with the epic formation of the Crystal Braves led by Commander Tajigen and Commander Levigy, that is Alphinaud, as well as Minfilia and perhaps more people that I can't even remember right now. I'm guessing we go inside the Rising Stones. Yes, time to begin the epic questline. How wonderful it is to have a full day of streaming like this, I love it. Have I ever told you how much I love doing this? I don't know if I told you, but I do. That's why I want to have a complete day like that. It's nice to have days in which it's only like one continuous stream. Been a while since I've had a long stream, FF14 or otherwise, of like 10 hours, 12 hours or something. Even just 8 hours, that is very long, doing something. But splitting them in 2 streams like this is really cool too. Again, I'm also reminded of some of my most favorite days when I was in the Lottra stream. One half of the day, and then the other half I was on my own channel. And sometimes I was also streaming AQ3D, agreeing to have a raid from the official Artix Entertainment channel. We were in what was called the Creators Alley, in which some live streamers would agree to get a raid. It would rotate to several different streamers per week or so. So it's not every week that I get raided, obviously. Even though sometimes I wouldn't get rated, I would still play some days AQ3D, I think. In the afternoon. So yeah. I would like to do that again. To maybe be... Yeah, I think we also had a hint of this also last year. During the D&D campaign days. the isekai campaign. Yeah, there were like 1 or 2 days in which I had the campaign in the morning, early afternoon, and then the other half of the day I had my own stream, and these were Saturdays or so. And those were great too. Such a wonderful way to go about it. But it is time. Minfilia would have you assist Alphinaud in his new station as commander of the Crystal Braves. Let us resume the story at last. Try as I might, cannot shake a creeping sense of dark foreboding, but it avails us not to fret about the unknown. We must concentrate instead on the problems of the present. The primals have been relatively quiet of late, and the beast tribes who summon them are under constant surveillance by the grand companies. Should any suspicious activity be afoot, you may be certain that we will hear of it. And until such time as a permanent solution to the primal problem has been found, we can do little but wait and observe. As for the Asians, Orion J is wholly dedicated to finding the means by which we may defeat the dark beings. Let us pray for good tidings on that front. But all of this you knew already. Let us speak then of more current matters. In particular, the state of the Crystal Braves. Alphinaud did well to found the organization, but ensuring its smooth operation is another matter entirely. Though I doubt not that he is doing his best, I felt that a helping hand or two would not go astray. Absolutely. To this end, I offered to send one of the Archons to assist him, but he declined. You know how he can be, independent to a fault and singularly loath to accept help. Save, of course, when that help comes from you. Alphinaud has entrusted countless matters of import to your care in the past, and I believe he would not hesitate to do so again, were you to offer. Hey, Lurkin is going with family to a Good Friday service at a local church. Nice to hear that. If you're still going later tonight, I'll hop in game and be around to assist. Stay amazing, you multidimensional maniac, and us. And you as well, you elven superstar. Thank you, Lurin. Let me give you a shout out. We're gonna have the collab with Lurin tomorrow. Make sure to tune in on that, either on his channel or mine, or better yet, both. And yes, I see your redeem as well, Vermilion. Thank you for the hydrate. Yeah, earlier on the stream today, I was not drinking any water whatsoever, and I felt it after the stream, like, I did not like move around that much. The excitement of playing the game and the action in the game, you know, that's why it happens to streamers all the time. Like, you feel like you're so engaged because your brain is so engaged in this. On the activity also of multitasking because you're streaming, and you forget that, but you don't feel the need. Your body doesn't give you that need because it's already engaged with many other things. So you don't feel it until after that, or at least that's what happens with me. I know it happens to other people, but yeah, I can't speak for everyone here. But yeah, these things happen. Don't worry. I've hydrated well in between the streams, and I've also been drinking tea. But I have hydrated well, don't worry. And I'm doing so right now. Thank you, Vermilion. See, remind your streamer to hydrate. Remind your anime VTuber idol. Remind your anime Oshi to hydrate, okay? Or just your Oshi in general. Hey. Let me remind you of something here, okay? Hey. I shouldn't be appearing on the screen like this. This is wrong. Hold on. Let me try something here. This is not the way I should be appearing on the screen, surely? Let me see. 3H7 me? What? What does that mean? What are you talking about? Yeah, I need to make an actual zoom in, but there we go. Hey. There we go. I am your anime boy. You want me to be your Oshi? I'll be happy to oblige. Happy Friday. Happy Final Fantasy Friday. If you have chosen to spend it with this multidimensional maniac, you have chosen well. Great choice. Well, hold on. There we go. Now there's more of my magnificent self on the screen. I am just so gorgeous, am I not? I love the way I look. I love the way I look. I need to have more screens where I'm just very big like this, where you can see the magnificence of my eyes and the star on my face, this beautiful star sticker. Just my magnificent hair, my magnificent everything. But the outfit is good too, so take a look at the outfit. Khaiden Suzigen? I like that, Khaiden Suzigen. We can make a lot of potential great puns with the Tajigen part of the name. You know, I learned recently, I didn't know this because I've yet to see the series, even though I've been so interested in it for so long, but I learned that in Chojin Sentai Jetman, the legendary Jetman, you know, one of the most revolutionary Sentai of all time, arguably, they have a lot of enemies that are called something something Jigen. What was the name of, like, the enemies? Hold on. Let me Google that quickly and we'll continue with the dialogue. Like, a lot of Jigen. Dimensional beasts are what they're called, and in Japanese, that's Jigenju. Jigenju. I love it. And they come from the Dimensional War Party Viram. Or no, Viram, sorry. Dimensional War Party Viram. Jigen Sendan Bairamu. Jigen Sendan Bairamu. They didn't realize there was something like that. So that's really cool. All the more reason to watch Jettoman. But alright, let's continue here. I should be most grateful if you would go to him and support him in whatever manner you are able. Say no more, antecedent. Ore ni magazero. Me and Alphanaut are a dynamic duo at this point. We've hated each other so much. And yeah, he is the one I've interacted with the most between him and his sister. And I say that because they themselves make a dynamic duo as well. Alice and Alphanaut. But it's more like Alphanaut and I, right? Hey, you can have multiple dynamic duos. That is possible. That is possible. So Alphanaut... Yeah, Alphanaut is here. My bad. Oh, give me 1 second here. I need to check something quickly. I'm not gonna go anywhere. Just a few seconds. One moment. I'm going to go all weird on the screen here for a moment, but just give me a second. Alright, omatase shimashita. Yeah, I didn't actually freeze there. So every once in a while I actually just get a freeze in which I just stay still like that, but that wasn't one of those cases. It actually happened earlier today. Kind of like at the start of the stream in Castle Crashers. Nothing too bad though, thankfully. What is it, Khaiden? And do be concise. I am rather busy. You would lend a hand, you say? I see. Well, now that you mention it, there is a matter that wants for attention. Given its sensitive nature, I was hesitant to entrust it to my braves, but the demands upon my time are such that I had little choice. Which is not to say that my men want for labor. Though we are but newly formed, there is already a great demand for our services, and we are hard-pressed to answer all petitions, but I digress. The fact is, I would sooner attend to this particular matter myself, but my presence is required elsewhere. That being the case, I have entrusted its resolution to my second-in-command, Captain Ilbert. Tell him that I sent you, and he will furnish you with the particulars. My thanks in advance, Khaiden. Sure thing. Captain Ilbert, do I remember this person from before? Let's see, I think not. Captain, this is Commander Tajigen speaking to you. I am your superior. Address me as your superior.
Hail to you, sire. How might we serve you?
Don't you know who I am?
Commander Leveilleur bade you serve us?
What do you mean serve you? I'm Commander. Yeah, I'm Commander Tajigen, if I recall correctly. It's Ilbert, you recognize him?
These are welcome tidings indeed. Given the sensitive nature of the task, I could not rely on one of my own.
I guess we're not really in the Crystal Braves, even though we have like a special place and everything. And it's also because it's the Scions of the Seventh Dawn as a more of its own separate thing. That's why he called me more of a Scion. But yeah. You were supposed to salute me, you bastard. I'll have you demoted.
That which I'm about to tell you, I tell you in the strictest confidence.
Leave it to me. We should
Some
probably...
days ago, we received certain documents from an anonymous source. They notified us of the presence of a Garlean agent within the ranks of one of the grand companies.
Shouldn't we, like, go somewhere private? But okay.
Following some discreet inquiries, we identified a suspect among the Immortal Flames, whom we detained for questioning. Alas, the man was not our agent. He was but one of many men in the agent's employ. We pressed the traitor for a name, but he had none to give. He claims never to have met his master, whom he knows only as the Ivy.
The Ivy.
He was, however, certain that this Ivy had coiled itself around every part of the Immortal Flames. It would seem our quarry joined the company some time ago, and gradually recruited others to his cause. These conspirators are the vines by which he learns our secrets, all without exposing himself. It won't be easy to identify the Ivy amidst this tangled mass of subterfuge, but we have a tendril in our hands, and we shall follow it all the way to the gnarled root.
Ooh, gnarly. A gnarly root. Sorry.
Now, much as I would prefer to proceed with due discretion, circumstances demand that this matter be settled post-haste. Garlemald's War of Succession nears its end, and it is feared that the Empire will soon resume its march on Eorzea. When it does, we can ill afford to have traitors in our midst. The Ivy must be rooted out now.
Kill the traitor!
We must begin by apprising General Roban of our findings. I would ask that you accompany me to the Hall of Flames, and remain on hand to see that things go smoothly. Assuming the Ivy's tendrils are as widespread as we believe, he will be aware that an investigation is underway, and if that is the case, he may well move against us. We must be prepared for anything, while taking care not to betray our purpose by seeming prepared. A simple enough task for a one-man army like you.
Simple, you say? Simple だと? そんな. Very well. A one-man army. You got that right, though. I am multidimensional. We are multidimensional. After all. Multidimensional dreams of ice. What is the Japanese name of this expansion? Or no, sorry, not expansion, but dispatch. How is Dreams of Ice in Japanese? I think I can actually check on the wiki. Let me do it right now while we're having 90 seconds of ads, because it's like about time to run them. So that timing is good for that, I think. Dreams of Ice. FF14. I want to see it on the website itself. Yeah. Oh no, wait, this is let's see. Can't really do it from here. NA, if I switch it to jp.finalfantasy14.com. Yeah. It's called Dreams of Ice as well, but I see some kanji that I can't really recognize. If I could just copy them somehow, but I can't, I really can't do it. Dreams of Ice. Ah, so this was released in 2014, October 28th. Cool, cool. No pun intended. Yeah, it's a good idea to keep seeing like the release dates of the content we're doing. We really should take a look at more at that. It's not like playing Castle Crashers in which, oh, you know, the release date of this game was this and that's it. No. An ongoing game. Multiple release dates for what we're doing. And speaking of which, when was Castle Crashers released? 2008, August 27. Okay. Didn't even realize that. I don't remember when it was that I first played it, honestly. It is on the Nintendo Switch though. Even on Mac OS, classic Mac OS. PS4 and PS3, not on the PS5 though. Xbox 360, Xbox One, not on the latest Xbox, whatever it's called. Ooh, there are so many things in Castle Crashers to do though. I'm taking a look right now at this big screen showing all the possible characters you can get, and they are so many. So many. Oh, and actually, no. Maybe this is not accurate because they don't have the blacksmith in that. The character we were using today, the purple one. I don't see it in that screen, so I don't know. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked here. Wanted to see like how to get the Japanese name for Dreams of Ice, but... Oh, I think some of those are like special versions of other characters, like more like skins or outfits instead. Yeah, maybe. Oh, and for some of them you gotta complete a game session with one of them. It's that insane replay value with Castle Crashers like that. I don't know if I'm gonna take it that far. Probably not. Probably not. We got other games to play too. As fun as Castle Crasher is. Maybe if I have time I'll do it off the stream, but alright. Trying to take a look at this. I could try to do some sort of image translation. It's possible. But for now I'm not gonna do that. Just gonna leave it for another time. I am curious though. I would like to get a translation for this kanji for Dreams of Ice. Because when I look at the wiki for this, I can't really see information about that. Let me see the video that is linked. Yeah, the video that I'm seeing linked is in Japanese. Oh, there we go. I think I got it. I think I got it. I think I got it. Okay. I got it. Let's listen. Hyoketsu no Genso.
氷結の幻想
Hyoketsu no Genso. Frozen Illusion. I gotta start picking more of these Japanese names. They could make for great titles for the stream too. Final Fantasy XIV, Frozen Illusion. Dreams of Ice. Not a bad way to change the name, I guess, instead of like just literally translating it. Hyoketsu no Genso. Yosh. Then let us continue with Frozen Illusion, Final Fantasy XIV. I'm reminded of like a translation that was given in Log Horizon. Hold on, let me just see where I have to go. Traitor in the Mist, Danalan, Toroban. Oh wait, we can just use the return skill for this. You know, the latest expansion that transports them all to the MMO world or something akin to it. I first saw it translated as like Nova Sphere Pioneers. But then it turns out that the actual translation for it is supposed to be Homesteading the No Sphere. Or something like that. But Nova Sphere Pioneers was more like some translator taking artistic license in the subtitles to make it look fancier. Something like that, at least. But here's Roban, as usual. I'm afraid I have some bad news, my friend.
Well, what brings you here, my friend?
We keep meeting under the worst circumstances, like, hey, you are my friend and all that, but every time I meet with you is to just tell you bad stuff is happening. That is the, an occupational hazard of being the warrior of light, eh? An Eorzean superstar. Much like my friend Captain Ilbert here.
He is here at my behest. Greetings, Roban. It has been a while.
Hilbert, you old scoundrel. When they told me you'd be visiting, I scarce believed my ears.
You old scoundrel. Haha.
But look at you. The honored captain of the Crystal Bloody Braves. Who'd have imagined, eh?
Not many, but fewer still would have imagined your destiny lay in politics, old friend.
Aye. We've both come far, have we not? Lest you wonder, Hilbert and I go back a long way. We've been friends and rivals since we were lads. The last time we saw each other, Alamigo had just fallen, so you can guess how many summers it's been. And in all that time, not a word from the fool.
Ah, well, my dealings tended toward the modest and mundane, unlike some I could mention.
I like them, though. I like those
As I
two.
hear it, no sooner did you reach Thanalan than the brass blades clapped you in irons and dragged you off to die on the blood sands. Being a stubborn sort, you won 1,000 matches and earned yourself a place in the people's hearts while you were about it.
So that was the gladiator backstory he had, eh? We saw a hint of that. I think it was mentioned in what we did last week with the Hildebrand Manderville stuff.
Then, with your mountain of prize money, you bought the Colosseum and secured a seat on the Syndicate. Those balls, brother. Rags to riches does not do it justice. You're a hero to the common man.
He's amazing, though. That is amazing.
Ah, spare me. I am no hero. If anyone is worthy of that title, it's our friend here. Next to him, I'm little more than a glorified butcher.
You're too modest, my friend. You're too modest. You're a hero as well.
But you, Wilbert, you sell yourself short. By all accounts, you are an adventurer of some standing.
I like to think that I did my part for the greater good. But if you're no hero, then I'm no adventurer, not in this company. Anyway.
How good I look, eh?
I have tidings.
Yes. The pleasantries are over. At least we had this nice reunion, but as always, Roban, I'm so sorry we are here with bad news.
So there has been progress. I've let it be known that this meeting is a reunion between old friends. None will give your visit a second thought.
That works out.
To convene elsewhere would only attract attention. Let us speak here, in plain view of all.
I see. Oh, somebody is eavesdropping somewhere. Some assassin in the shadows. Or somebody in the shadows Assassin's Creed style, that's what I meant.
So it is we who have been compromised. Teleji Adeleji's machinations have shaken Uldar to her foundations. In such uncertain times, a man's loyalty may be bought for a fistful of gil. But if this snake has truly been in our midst for as long as you say, we must needs consider a far graver possibility. Conspiracy. Could it be that the monetarists have been in league with the Empire from the first?
Wow! That would be crazy, though. We know there's like a lot of corruption here, the Syndicate, and yeah. But to go as far as the Empire, that would be something else. It could very well be.
Very well. I will have my most trusted men investigate the matter. Continue your inquiries in the meantime. It does me well to see you again, old friend. When next we meet, let it be over a flagon of ale.
Let's go.
I look forward to it. Let us reminisce of bygone days and drink to the future of our homeland.
What is their homeland? Could it be El Amigo as well? Or just Danaland, maybe? But yeah, we have an imposter among us. I'm just going to say it right now, just in case they somehow have this plot twist, but it might just be Captain Hilbert who is the traitor here. This seems way too friendly for my cynical mind.
Flame General. You wear the mantle well, old friend. I must work hard if I'm to keep up.
You're at a good place now. You're the captain of all the Crystal Braves.
Well, it would seem your services were not required after all. I dare say we have Roban's prudence to thank for that. Still, I was glad of your presence. My thanks, Scion.
Don't mention it. Don't mention it. I'm just way too jaded, expecting something to go wrong, man. Like, they're having such a nice reunion, some shit is gonna go down. Hilbert is the traitor. I don't believe Raban would be the traitor though, no way. But yeah. Okay, we have something that, what is LNC? LNC, what does that stand for? DRG is probably Dragoon, RPR, I don't know what that is. But yeah, probably just get the elegant silver piece. There's nothing for either Astrologian or Black Mage. LNC, what does that stand for? Oh, actually, do I have... Okay, just making sure. LNC Lancer, it's probably Lancer, right? That's probably what that is. Our hunt for the Ivy begins in earnest, Scion. Suffice it to say, we must tread warily, but one misstep may well cost us our lives. Our business here is concluded for the time being. Let us return to the Rising Stones and report to Commander Levieux. Alright, back to the Rising Stones. Alphinaud. Commander Leveilleux. That's how you pronounce it, right? If I recall correctly. It was good the other day to rewatch a little bit of that stream, to get reacquainted with things. Created a couple clips from that too. But yeah. Otherwise, I wouldn't quite remember where we were last time. Which happens a lot, I guess. You know, it also does help that I really am focusing on only one MMO right now. Rather one RPG, though that may change in the future. And honestly, the one MMO thing may even change in the future, if we are able to go back to FF11. Keep switching between 11 and 14 for Final Fantasy Fridays or so. That doesn't mean that because I have one on Friday, the other is not gonna be there on that week at all. We could just have it on another day of the week or so. Oh, where am I going? Sorry, Minfili. The business is not with you right now. I'm just so used to just going up and talking to Minfilia. Even though these headquarters are still relatively new to me. Relatively. What a wonderful place this is. Where there is danger, there's opportunity after all. There may have been an awful massacre at the old place, but... well, it's not because of that we came here, but it probably led to that. Indirectly. I like to think that, at least. So we got something good out of that. I feel like if that had never happened, we would have never retreated from the Waking Sands in the first place. We would have just stayed there for a while. Well, maybe not, but still. Or at least we would have been there for longer. We are returned from Olda, Commander. Ah, yes, the salute. I need to get it somewhere as an emote. And not a moment too soon. Something has happened. Trouble? You will recall that the Fort was tasked with reconnoitering the rendezvous site used by the Ivy's minion and his Imperial contacts. Soon after you left, we received word that the unit was ambushed en route to its destination. God damn it. According to the report, one of ours has been taken captive. The Garleans are not one to treat their foemen with dignity and have grave fears for her safety. We must dispatch a rescue party at once. Recall those braves who are afield. Begging your pardons, Commander, but we have not the time. What happened? What? I'm afraid I must ask for your aid once more, Scion. An ill-prepared rescue party will only serve to provide the Garleans with more captives, yet time is of the essence. Simply put, you are the best chance we have. If you say so. Captain Ilbert has the right of it. I trust you are willing? But of course you are. Now, Alien of the Fourth lies in wait in the tangle, near the entrance to Castrum Sentry. Seek her out, and she will apprise you of the situation. Okay, the captain has some good reasons to think that. Now I'm suspecting him more though. Honestly, this is a bit suspicious of him. And the fact that that party that was sent got... he was the whistleblower for the Garleans. Maybe he is the traitor after all. Please don't be, Ilbert, please. Why does it feel like he really is the imposter? He is looking sus right now. Blue is sus. We can call him Blue. Although we'll probably encounter way more Crystal Braves in the uniform. The same color, but still. Purple is saying that Blue is sus. There you go. Over here. Back and forth. You see the way they have fourth spelled? Back and forth. So why are they doing that pun? Why is it number 4 exactly? Why is it fourth like that? Let's keep playing and find out. Castrum Sentry. Did we go into Castrum Sentry yet? I don't think we have. No, actually, I don't know. There's a bunch of Castrum something. Castrum. You would aid us in the rescue mission? We are in your debt, Warrior of Light. Now, time is against us, so allow me to brief you on the situation. The Garlands fell upon us without warning, wounding poor Resh and hauling her away to the castrum yonder. Outnumbered as we were, it was all we could do to flee and regroup. Even as we speak, the Garlands may be interrogating Resh, or worse. With her hurts, I fear that she will not long survive their attentions. We must rescue her without delay. Our order may yet be in its infancy, but the bond that binds us is strong as Mithril. None of us would stand by while a comrade suffers. We, the remnants of the Fourth, will infiltrate Castrum Sentry. Please help us find Resh before it is too late. I'm with you. I should salute them back. Oh, they're gone already. Where did I place the salute? You know, I have the Storm salute. I probably should just completely replace that with the Crystal Brave salute. Give me a second here. This is important, okay? Emotes are important. Where did I get emotes? Where did I look at the list of emotes? I forget. Social? It's gotta be social. So... I mean, or I could replace one of these. Laugh, rally, psych, hug, clap, slap, Red Ranger pose B, drink tea, cheer. Let's drink some tea right now. Having some Earl Grey today, by the way. So this is Earl Grey. Captain Picard would be proud. Oh yeah, the Manderville dance. There it is, there it is. Damn it, I need some space for it somewhere. You know what, I'm gonna put it here for now. Not the most ideal place for these things, but I'll just put them there. And we still have the Imperial salute. I do have the Crystal Brave salute, right? Oh, let's get a pumpkin cookie. Goes well with tea, I would say. I did get the Crystal Brave salute, right? Surely. I think I did. I remember doing it. Maybe I misremember. Let's search for it. No, there is no, I don't see... Oh, I just saluted Cosmo. Very nice, my friend. I don't see the Crystal Brave salute, actually. I'm gonna place this here eventually to make it be the Crystal Brave salute. I think I was told that maybe that has to be bought somewhere. Well, that's a pity, if that is the case. Let us proceed forward then. Towards Castrum Sentry. We may want to ignore the battles here. They're gonna ignore me, right? I'm over-leveled enough. I'll have markup here again just to get there faster. Oh, yeah, actually that was a good idea to do it. Since I need to get up here. Oh, there we go, just like that. Come for the Maiden Fair, eh? The Maiden Fair. Feels like this is a trap of some sort. Like they wanted to distract us from something. This is way too easy just to get her. Or that's not actually Resh right there. Something is off here. This is looking way too easy. But maybe I'm speaking too soon, the battle is not over. Let's defeat this bunch of small fry. Taco domome, shine. Resh, are you alright? Why would they just leave her out here like this? Is this where they were interrogating her? Surely they have some facility inside. Where am I? This was way too easy, I don't like it. Resh, thank the gods we found you. And thank you, Warrior of Light. Now, to quit this accursed place, Resh cannot move with those wounds. She will need to be carried out. I believe a diversion is in order. Might we trouble you to provide one? Given your reputation, I suspect the Guardians will be only too happy to grant you their undivided attention. Ah, let them come. Lay all your love on me, baby. It's me you want to be concerned about. I'll take them on. If you were to create a commotion within the cast room, we should be able to steal away unnoticed. Let us speak again once we are safely outside these walls. Hey, leave it to me. Let's have some fun explosions inside and create chaos and destruction. Yes, who's gonna fight me? Come on, Imperials, the great warrior of light is inside here. Which ones should I defeat? Specify locations, they said, right? Yeah, there's all these others that I'm not aggroing, which is better this way, but hello! Here is the great warrior of light, the multi-dimensional Tajigen Khaiden. Who wants to fight me? Come and get your deaths. Shire, shinde kudasai. Cohort Secutor. Yosh, shine zako domo me. Omae no shi da. Kusama no saigo da. Come. I've come to seek a fight against you. That's what this is gonna be, just a fight. Just a fight, there's nothing else going on here. I'm fighting just for the sake of it. and the fun of destroying you all with ice and fire. It's streams of ice, but there's also some nice fire in there for you. You deserve it. You deserve that special treatment. Let's go for the next battle. Who else wants to battle me next, you bastards? Come on. I think I need to mount up here to get to the other side. Alright, assholes. Who wants to fight next? Who wants to fight next? You? Actually, I might aggro that one from the AoE. Gotta be careful. You'll not leave this place alive. That's my line. Torea cochino serifu da. Uh-oh. We might want to put some of these to sleep right now. Gotta be careful here. And let's not do the AoEs as we take on that cohort, Hoplomachus. Kind of a mouthful to say that. Bring it on then. Fire out for you. Well, actually, that's not fire, that's fire 1. You get fire as well. How does that song go? Through the fire and the flames we carry on? You don't get to carry on. You die. You die right here. Who else is gonna die? Come on, is that all you've got? Sono Tedoka. Is that all you've got? I mean, I know I'm the warrior of light, I'm extraordinary and all that, but this is ridiculous. Where's the challenge? Where is the challenge? I face Gaius Van Baelsar right here. I face Nero. I face many other enemies, I don't remember their names. So many epic scenes here. That's what you've got. Or I think it was here, or rather the inside of this place. That's all you've got this time. I guess we took down your best forces last time. Where is the challenge? Come on. Come on. No way that's all you've got just yet, is it? Cagate koi. Chimera. Let's put one of these cohorts to sleep. Sleep. Nemutte kudasai. Nemutte kudasai. The problem is that Cosmo begins attacking it. So let's put the other one to sleep rather. Fire-Raga on you, cohort signifier. And let's make sure we focus on the right enemy. Fire-Raga. Maybe I shouldn't have done Fire-Raga there, whatever. It doesn't matter. We'll destroy them anyway. Don't make me destroy you. Well, thank you for the entertainment, Castream Sentry. This was a Tajigen Khaiden production. Thank you very much for watching. Otsukai-sama desu. Let us get back. Say that was fun. That was fun. Now that is a live stream. Now that is entertainment. Let me finish the last of my tea here. And let's continue. I have awaited your return most anxiously, my friend. You have done us a great service indeed. Thanks to your aid, our comrade Resh is safe, and we suffer no further casualties. Words cannot well express my gratitude. All that is left is to report the mission's success to Commander Leveju. I shall go on ahead to the Rising Stones. Something's not right here, though. It was way too easy. Oh my gosh, look at the graphics here, though. This lighting looks so good. And these are like the lower graphic, lower on the graphics end. If I raise them, the stream would start buffering, though. Well, not buffering, skipping frames rather. So I can't do that until I upgrade the PC. But how wonderful I look! Don't I just look absolutely wonderful, especially in this lighting? Steki da na. Kirei da na. Let's just teleport back to the Rising Stones. I know it's right there, but why not? Why not? Costs a little bit of gil, but really nothing. And also, let me get some grape juice in there for boosted spells and stuff like that. We're definitely fighting way more than we did on the last stream, so yeah. Some more grape juice. It's gotta be healthy, right? Lots of grape juice. Just don't overdo it. Carrot juice is what I need to drink the most, more of. Need to get more vitamin D, I think. And also, no, vitamin A, my bad. Is it vitamin A, vitamin D? Forget, but yeah. Both of those. Why not both anyway? And also, it's healthy in itself. So yeah. carrot juice, and orange juice. Commander, level you. Ah, it does me well to see you thus return. Though I doubt not your prowess, entering an enemy stronghold is generally considered to be a risky venture, and I must confess to having been a trifle anxious. Don't worry, Alphinaud, we had fun. We had fun with our Garlean friends. But here you are, hale and whole, having succeeded in your mission as is your wont. Lest you wonder, the woman you rescued is being cared for by the Domans. Thanks to their expert ministrations, the danger is past. You have my gratitude, Khaiden. This was way too easy, though. Ilbert is looking so suspicious now. Allow me to thank you also, Scion. Resh owes you her life. We escaped with minimal casualties this time, but we can ill afford to be caught off guard again. The Empire is not an opponent to be trifled with. As you say, Commander, I will see to it that the men keep their wits about them. And it may yet take time, but I will not rest until we have identified and apprehended the Ivy. You're the Ivy! I'm not sure though. I have every confidence that you will succeed, Captain. As for you, Khaiden, I realize you have scarce caught your breath, but I'm afraid there is no rest for the weary. I require that you accompany me to Kurthas. Ah, finally, we go to the snowy area that this whole content is named after. Dreams of Ice. I have been granted an audience with an Ishgardian dignitary, you see, and the man expressly requested your presence. Oh, do not look so surprised. You should be familiar with the trappings of fame by now. I am, Alphinaud, I am. Tatsuga kono ore-sama. We shall depart as soon as you are ready. Of course I'm not surprised. This is for both Black Mage and, well, a bunch of others. This is the one that would be used for Astrologian, but... I mean, yeah, I guess we could get the Daystar Gloves. Oh, nice names though. Auroral Bracers, Daystar Gloves, Evenstar Gloves. Very nice. Isn't that the last name of Arwen in Lord of the Rings? In Middle-earth? Arwen Evenstar? Undomil, I think, is how you say that in Elvish, in Sindarin, I think. Or Quenya, maybe? I think it's Sindarin though. Quenya is like a more ancient one, that's not really used that much these days. But yeah, there you are. Let's go on to the next quest. How's the inventory doing though? Oh, I can't really check right now. We have been blessed with a rare opportunity, Khaiden. An audience with an ambassador of the Holy See of Ishgard. We are to treat with Ser Aymeric, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights in Camp Dragonhead. Have we met before? That name looks familiar. It is considered a great honor to serve the Holy See directly as a Temple Knight. Needless to say, their leader wields tremendous political influence. We would be wise to court his favor. For that reason, I consider your attendance essential. If Ser Aymeric wishes to meet the man behind the legend, I would not deny him the pleasure of your company. The antecedent should see the wisdom of this plan when you request her permission to accompany me to Kurthas. Mayhap you feel this to be a waste of your talents, which could doubtless be put to nobler use? No, I don't think so. If so, I should remind you that more good can be accomplished with a stroke of a pen than the thrust of a sword. Well said, though. Another ad break is incoming, so let's wait a little bit before that, as 90 seconds of ads or so are running. Wanted to take a look at my inventory. Magitech Colossus card. Yeah, we need to trade that one. Sell these two elegant pieces. I can sell them right on the tavern outside, right? Let's have a look at it. But Ilbert, why am I starting to get so suspicious about Ilbert? I think there's no vendors here really. Bunch of different quests, but okay, let's go to a vendor somewhere else, and then we'll come back inside. Might get some mending and repairs too while we're at it. Where was it? Well, there's these other ones. I'm not sure if they're gonna be able to buy things from me though. Let's see. These Servants of Splendors. No, yeah, this is not token exchange, maybe. No. Not this. Just like a general vendor. Yeah, there we go. Menders are here. Independent merchant, independent mender. Yeah, that's the repairs we needed. Very nice. We did need some repairs after all. Purchase items. There may be something useful for me, I guess, but I'm gonna do that right now. Let's sort the inventory. Anything we should buy from them? No, I don't think so. Oh, this is for fishing! I see, I see. This is probably bait for fishing. But let us get back inside the headquarters, and just in time, Micro. With the hydrate, thank you kindly. Let me do something I don't usually do. Let me also, like, put them in completion on the reward queue. Posture check, thank you for the posture check as well. Yes, yes, keep treating your anime figure, your digital anime boy. Thank you, thank you. See, it's a shame we can't quite get that on YouTube, but that's okay. No, seriously, you all do favors when you do that, for a VTuber, you know? No, that's what it is, Micro, that's what it is. You're the digital anime figure for people. At least that's what I want to be, that's what I am. Feed your digital anime boy, or well, not really feeding, but hydrate your anime boy and make him get healthier, because the idea of the living anime figure, what do you think you are? With your voice provider. What do you think you are? That's what you are as well, Micro. Don't act so surprised. You too. Yes. You're just a microphone, you're a beautiful anime microphone. Complete with a voice provider, just like a Vocaloid. What a lovely, lovely thought. That's what VTubers are, you see? Pet the VTuber. We don't have that feature on this channel. Maybe I should implement it. But yeah, you can pat the VTuber on the head. You thought going to the zoo was fun? Just open a live stream with a VTuber that has redemptions like that. You'll have fun too. Okay, maybe that wasn't the best analogy, but yeah. It's a lovely thought. That's what it is. Your interactive anime figure. Yours truly, the multidimensional Dajigen Khaiden. And nearly every VTuber in existence. And I love it so, so much. Let's continue here though. A meeting with an Ishgardian ambassador? By all means, I think it a wonderful idea. We have received no reports of etheric disturbances or unusual peace tribe activity of late. If Alfinod believes your presence may help him to secure more favorable terms, I see no reason to deny him. Yeah, it makes me think we should have like a pet redeem. Antecedent. I take it Khaiden has explained the situation? He has. Yet welcome though these overtures are, I cannot help but wonder what prompted them. The Ishgardians have spurned all contact with the other city-states for decades. Why reach out now? Good question, Minfilia. Would that I knew. The question of their motives is one to which I have given no small amount of thought. Alas, I know no more than is generally known. The notoriously reclusive nation of Ishgard, situated at the center of Alabathia's spine, ruled by the Ishgardian Orthodox Church, at the head of which presides the Archbishop. Members of the original Eorzean Alliance formed in the wake of Alamigo's fall some 2 decades ago. Friends of convenience who withdrew from the Alliance as soon as the Imperial fleet was routed at the Battle of Silver Tear's skies. Love that cutscene there though, coming in on the map. Since which time, their borders have remained closed to all outsiders. They have rejected every one of their former allies' calls to reopen dialogue, turning a deaf ear to their nervous pleas even when the calamity loomed large. And on the fields of Cartano, where brave men and women laid down their lives in defense of the realm, their banners were conspicuously absent. I have tried to convince Ishgard to rejoin the Alliance at every opportunity. I have explained over and over again that unless Eorzea stands united, we cannot hope to preserve our freedom. One by one, our nations will fall, as once fell Alamigo. And what have mine efforts yielded? Why not? Surely this can be considered a step in the right direction? I should hope so. Rather than the lowly messengers we have been fobbed off with in the past, this time we shall meet with a man of genuine influence. Of course, I am not so naive as to think that they come to us out of the goodness of their hearts. We have something they desire, though I have yet to find out what. But such is the nature of diplomacy. They will bring their agendas to the negotiating table, and so will I, along with a handful of incontrovertible truths. The Empire will soon be at our doorstep once more. Well, they literally were just a moment ago, but yeah. Indeed, you may be assured that I will expound upon this point and others. Let us depart for Camp Dragonhead, Khaiden. Our old friend Lord Horchefont is expecting us. Yes, Horchefont! Since our quest to recover the Enterprise, I understand you have further ingratiated yourself with the man. Excellent work. His fondness may prove useful to our cause. Yes, the Enterprise! I forgot the name of the ship. 'Cause I've got faith of the heart. I'm going where my heart will take me. I've got faith to believe I can do anything. I've got strength of the soul, and no one's gonna bend or break me. I can reach any star. I've got faith. I've got faith. Faith of the heart. See, that's the theme of Star Trek Enterprise. One of the few lyrical themes in the franchise, actually. But I can't help myself, it's such a good song. I need to get back to that series someday. I dropped it like at the very beginning or so of Season 3. Ah, Khaiden, ever a welcome sight. Our hearts have been stoked to blazing in preparation for your arrival. It would not do for such a distinguished personage to catch cold whilst enjoying our hospitality. Distinguished personage, that is indeed me, and my friend Alphinaud here. The gesture is much appreciated. I fear I shall ever struggle in cold climes. Ah, good Master Alphinaud, an honor as always. Likewise, Lord Horchefont. Forgive us yet another imposition. I fear we have relied over much on your aid, since you so generously assisted us in locating the Enterprise. Nonsense. Any debts incurred have long since been repaid. Besides, who can say what the future may bring? House 410 may even seek the aid of your newly formed Crystal Braves. In any case, I am simply delighted that the Holy See is at last willing to grant you an audience. No doubt your discoveries as Snowcloak helped to justify the decision. This recent resurgence in heretical activity is of grave concern to us all. Yeah, things were already going on in Kurtas last time, right? We were uncovering some sort of weird conspiracy, weird cult going on there, I think? I'm remembering now. But to the matter at hand. Sir Aymeric arrived in Camp Dragonhead earlier, and I am told he is eager to meet with you at your first convenience. You are doubtless weary from your journey and desires to rest a while by the warmth of our hearth. But if you are willing to forego such comforts, pray inform the night station outside the Intercessory. He will grant you entrance and send word to the other attendees. As inviting as your heart sounds, I think it best we proceed to the Intercessory forthwith. As you say, Alphinaud, as you say. I'm fine, I like this cold. I like cold weather. Though it's nice to be comfy and cozy like that. And that's also a thing that comes nicely with cold weather like that. I love contrasts like that with the weather, you know? Taking in a hot drink like tea. Completely tucked in. With layers of blankets and stuff like that. In a little fort surrounded with pillows and plushies. Drinking that hot drink, as I said. Probably tea. But some hot chocolate does as well. Hot cocoa. One of the best things in the world, are you kidding me? I love it. I love it. But there we are. We were going the wrong way. We have been expecting you, sir. Pray take your ease inside, and I shall summon the others. Proceed to the Intercessory. I think we're gonna have a voice cutscene. Let's see. Something feels a bit suspicious about this, though. Things feel emptier than they should be. If the bad music starts... something is off.
Have faith, my friend. You need only state your case with confidence and clarity.
Alpha not.
Commander Leveilleur, it is both an honor and a pleasure to meet you. I am Emmerich, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights.
Emmerich. Not Americ, as I was saying. Emmerich. Emmerich. Gonna try to remember that.
Alphino Leveilleur, at your service. Your reputation precedes you, Sir Emmerich. I think we will find that we have much in common.
Very nice. Tajigin Khaiden.
Speaking of reputations, yours towers over us all. Does it not?
It does indeed, Lord Commander.
I am not too proud to admit that I have followed your activities with an interest bordering on fascination.
You sound like a viewer of the stream, Emmerich. Have you done well watching the stream like that? That sounds like every viewer, literally every viewer that comes across my stream. Hey, welcome, welcome, welcome to the multidimensional monastery, the Tajigin Temple. Yeah, that's a great way to describe every Tajigin traveler, every maniac ever. Taking a screenshot, by the way.
Full glad was I to learn that you would be joining us.
Don't mention
Now
it.
then, shall we begin?
Yes, indeed. What do we have to talk about, Lord Emmerich? I'm curious.
We know full well that the Garleans will return in force ere long. What is more, we have yet to achieve a lasting victory over the primal menace. The beast tribes continue to summon their gods, and each incarnation is stronger than the last. Ishgard is not immune to these threats. I must reiterate that it would behoove your nation to rejoin the Eorzean alliance.
Once again, I must respectfully disagree.
On what grounds?
Despite their presence in Kurthus, the Ixal do not concern us. Their territorial claims pertain to Gridanian lands, and it is the people of Gridania whom they harry.
And I think the point Alphanot is trying to make is that, yeah, alright, the leak is not on our side of the boat. That's literally what it sounds like Lord Emmerich is saying. Lord, he's Lord, right? We can refer to him as Lord. That's literally what it sounds like. So it's like, yeah, okay. Don't aid them. Let the lands keep falling one by one, and eventually here, maybe not that eventually, not that far away, Kurthus will be fully attacked. And because nations would have fallen by then, the attack is gonna be worse. Less allies to defend you, more enemies to besiege you, it gets worse, right?
Consequently, the Holy See judges this to be a Gridanian affair, and Ishgard does not intervene in the internal affairs of other nations. Even were that not the case, our forces are wholly committed to the Dravanian conflict. We have not the knights to spare.
Yes, what does joining the Great Eorzean Alliance entail? Having some of your military be at the ready for situations like this, that would make sense. And if that is the case, yeah, they just don't have the knights to spare, as they say.
As for the Garleans, we are not ignorant of history. We have observed the rise and expansion of the Empire, and we agree that it is only a matter of time before they resume their campaign in Eorzea.
Then surely it would be in our best interests to present a united front.
Mayhap one day, but not yet. Gaius van Belsar is dead, and the legion of conscripts he left behind lacks the will to fight. We think it highly unlikely that they will emerge from behind the walls of their castra for some time.
Forgive me, but if Ishgard's position has not changed, why did you agree to this meeting?
Why indeed? What do you seek, Lord Emmerich?
It was not only as a representative of Ishgard that I came here.
Pardon?
It is not within my power to change Ishgardian policy, regardless of my personal feelings. There is, however, one area in which I may exert a measure of influence.
I really like this guy, though. I love his style.
Concerns have been raised over the supplies House Fortin has offered to Revenant's Toll.
Fortin.
These have led to calls for restrictions on the provision of aid to foreign powers. I can ensure that the shipments continue unabated.
What?
Sir Emmerich, we would be in your debt.
No, you would not. For I require something in exchange.
That's it? Just making the shipments be better? That's it? What is this?
Of late, there has been a flurry of Dravanian activity, the purpose of which was not immediately clear. However, our astrologians have since observed alarming changes in the heavens. The dragon star waxes unnaturally bright, and there are whispers that it portends the resurrection of Midgard-Sormer.
Oh, Midgard-Sormer. Well, Jay the astrologians. Oh. Hey, Lord Emmerich. Let me join them. Let me learn with them. The dragon star waxes unnaturally bright. I love the sound of that. Let me read the stars. They are mine. They are my friends. I am the stars. We are the stars, don't you see? No, of course you can't see because this is a human-ish form I've taken. But in reality, I am a star cluster. All the way from up there, from out there. On the cosmos. In the cosmos. I love to be reading stars the way you read it. Increasing my potential as a multi-dimensional being. Absolutely.
The fallen guardian of Silvertear Falls? That's absurd.
Full many times have I gazed upon the dragon's corpse still wound around the Agrius, and wondered how different our world might be if it yet lived to plague the skies. I do not know, and I do not wish to know, nor does any son of Ishgard. Yet the mere presence of Dravanian forces is not sufficient grounds to send knights to Mordona, whatever our astrologians say. As I told you before, we have not the forces to spare.
No, indeed.
But we do. So you will intervene on our behalf if we agree to watch over the Keeper of the Lake.
The Keeper of the Lake.
Do you accept these terms?
Do we have the forces to spare?
I will see that you are kept abreast of any developments. I regret that we could not come to a similar agreement on other matters, but I understand that you are not at liberty to make such decisions. Nevertheless, I hope that what we have accomplished here today will serve to demonstrate to your countrymen that we can work together towards a common goal. Mayhap one day we shall look back on this moment as the first step towards a united Eorzea.
Mayhap we shall, Commander.
What is it?
What is the meaning of this?
The beacons are lit. The beacons are lit. You're only gonna break in if something like the beacons are lit and Gondor is calling for aid. Something like that. What is going on?
The caravan, my lord. It's been attacked. It was Iceheart, my lord.
Iceheart. That's the one we saw last time, right?
What? By the Fury. All our precautions were for naught?
And right as he is offering his protection for it. Is it either the worst or the best timing? Well. What shall we do about it, Lord Emmerich? What shall we do about it? Indeed. What should we get here? I'm just gonna get the elegant silver piece then. I'm not gonna bother looking into it too much. Iceheart. And yeah, I think it was Iceheart after all. The intercession of saints. Wait, was I supposed to talk to the guard there? Yeah, Alphinaud, okay. There he is. Just when we were starting to make progress. And to make matters worse, the caravan they spoke of was bound for Revenant's Toll of all places. Honestly, were I so inclined, I should think the gods were conspiring against us. Happily, however, I am not. I would know more of this attack. Let us speak with Lord Hoshfont and find out what he has learned. And well, my more jaded side that I mentioned earlier is thinking that maybe Lord Emmerich himself did that. I like Lord Emmerich though. I like his regality. His regal bearing, his voice. Great voice acting. I'd like to know who the voice actor is. Just great voice all around. Very pleasant person to be around. My sincerest apologies for the interruption, my friends, but the situation is such that we must act swiftly. If you would be so kind as to elaborate. Iceheart's heretics fell upon the caravan bound for Revenant's Toll as it was passing through Boulder Downs. 'Twas an ambush, swift and ruthless. In an instant, every knight was slain, every crate seized. Then, as quickly as they had appeared, they were gone. 'Twould be an impossible feat without knowledge of the route, knowledge to which only a select few are privy, I presume. Privy or privy? I forget. I think it's privy. Quite. We can pursue that avenue of inquiry in due course. It seems to me that examining the scene of the ambush should be our first concern. The trail is yet warm. We must act swiftly, as Lord Horchfund said, lest crucial evidence be lost. You have a knack for discerning hidden truths, Khaiden. Why don't you go and inspect the ambush site in person? An excellent idea. Inform my men of your intent upon arrival, and they will gladly share their findings. Alright, leave to Investigator Tajigen. I'm your Sherlock Holmes. Ore ni makasero. See? Multidimensionally talented, am I not? Even this. Diplomacy, combat, investigation, let's go. I really am the multidimensional warrior of light. Sasuga Ore-sama. Let's fly on markup towards our next destination. The Intercession of Saints, this quest is called. I like the name. Great name for like a symphonic metal album as well. I can picture Avantasia maybe having a song or an album with that name. Avantasia. What came along the icy gallery of pain? Tell me now how I can keep the flame alive. Very fitting lyrics for the area we're in right now. How's Fortem, Knight? Inform me of the situation. Move along, adventurer. There's nothing for... Eh? Lord Horchfund bade you speak with us. Then you must be... Beg your pardon, Scion. As you can see, they left nary a crate behind. Tipped the wagon for good measure, even. All things a bit odd, if you ask me. Would have been easier to just steal it, though a damn sight harder to conceal it, I'd allow. Reckon they came prepared. Probably with wagons of their own hitting a way off. But pay no heed to my ramblings. Absent of proof, that's not but speculation. Might be as the squire receiving care at the observatory and could tell you something more factual. That is, if he's awake. Unlike myself, he was there during the attack. Not that his presence amounted to much. This person sounds a bit condescending. A little bit of a weird way to speak about things, but okay. Let us go to this observatory then. Let's have a Mount Roulette now. Ah, we have this beautiful... what was it called again? I forgot now, but... The, well, the reindeer. It had like a special name. What was it? What was its name? Starlight Steed. There we go. But with Present Mirage. Yay! Happy holidays! It's April 7th. Happy holidays! Yay! Let us talk to the squire then. Is it squire or is it esquire? Actually, what is the difference between squire and esquire? One with an E at the beginning and the other without it. Squire, esquire. Maybe esquire is the more archaic way of saying it? I don't know. You come to ask me about the attack, haven't you? We came upon them before the entrance to the Hall of the Seven Echoes. Pilgrims, we marked them as, lost and ill-equipped to a journey further north. Our leader called out to them, and one stepped forward to answer. Slowly she approached, her silver hair flowing in the wind like melting snow. Just a young girl, I thought. Some poor lost lamb in search of salvation. Our leader must have thought the same, else why would he let her draw so close? The exchanged some words Sorry, they exchanged some words I couldn't hear, and she leaned forward as if to kiss his cheek. And then he sighed and crumpled to the ground. I didn't know what had happened till I saw the snow turn red. And then there was red everywhere I looked. I tried to fight, but took a blow to the head. And by the time I came to, the others were dead, and the heretics were unloading the wagon. I mean, they have killed me. So I just lay still and listened. No, you did right, Squire, don't worry. Iceheart's people spoke of deliverance and resurrection. And they spoke of Shiva. There it is. Shiva, yes, I knew Shiva was coming. I think we see it in like some of the artwork promoting Dreams of Ice itself. Is Shiva related to ice and like snow and stuff? I know Shiva is like a blue color in general. Like the same bluish color that somebody who's suffering from hypothermia would have, or somebody who's an ice elemental or an ice wizard of sorts, I guess, would have, but never really seen the relation to it. I don't know. I just know Shiva, I think, is Hindu in origin. Oh yeah, come to think of it, there's gotta be a version of Shiva somehow in Smite. Yeah, I still want to get back to that game, still want to insist on it. I just realized the other day, not sure if I did mention it on the stream, but fighting against bots, having a match against bots is a thing. So that could be a way I learn the basics of like the 5v5 game mode. I may still do it off the stream though. I feel like it's too much of a drag to be doing these things on the stream. I feel like they may not be entertaining enough, you know? The things I gotta do, like, again, the grinding I'm possibly gonna have to do in Castle Crashers. We'll see though. Still haven't had time to pick it up again. Smite, I mean. Ah, you returned. What news have you for us? This and this and this and this, blah, 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 blah. Seems the Lady Iceheart does not scruple to sully her hands with blood. Who is this Shiva the heretic spoke of? Alphinaud doesn't know that. Have you not read a single line of the Enchiridion, Master Alphinaud? Shiva was a traitor to kith and kin, an apostate who laid down with dragons. Is that what Shiva is? Now, we cannot expect all foreigners to know Ishgarden's scriptures so well, particularly when it concerns the patron saints of heretics. Wait, you say she is their patron saint? Oh no, it all makes sense now. Another primal! Shiva coming in just like the other primals did. Just like King Mughal XII, His Great Majesty, and all the other elemental primals, Garuda, Titan, Ifrit, and the others. Lord Horchfont, what was the caravan's cargo? If I recall correctly, the Diamond Forge had requested a rather large quantity of crystals. Do you not see? Iceheart and her followers intend to summon Shiva as a beast tribe with a primal. Why else would they go to such lengths to secure crystals? I shall inform the Lord Commander at once. Lord Horchfont, you would agree that discretion is of paramount concern. Of course. Oh, here we go, another primal summon. I trust we can count on your continued support, Master Alphinaud. Don't worry, primals are our specialty. Chancellor Palpatine, primal summons are our specialty. Lord Horchfont, yeah, it's kind of a chancellor here, right? Well, Lord Emmerich, that is. The signs of the Seventh Dawn are sworn to combat the primal threat. Our support is a given. I will need to send word to my brethren in Revenant's Toll. Our entire order must turn its efforts to the prevention of this summoning. Naturally, that includes you, though I am sure you will not miss this for the world. Of course not. Of course not. Yahari Primaruda. It did end up being a primal after all, eh? Well. Quest complete then. Alright, that's great timing as I need to take a bio break and also 90 seconds of ads are coming in. So I'm gonna leave you with the idle camera. Lovely idle camera that it is. And I'll be back as always, Minna. Stay connected to the multidimensional portal. Omatase shimashita. Thank you for waiting. Tajigen travelers, maniacs, superstars, supernovas, minna. You know, we really need to decide on a single fan name. I guess I am kind of struggling with that. Maybe once I finally live to the debut, that's when we'll make the final decision on that. Yeah, that gives me some good time to think about it, I guess. Woe betide the heretic who crosses off and not levy you, for they shall feel the full force of his fury. Strength in unity. The persistent attacks on our caravan seemed little more than a nuisance at first. The heretics were a problem to be sure, but a relatively minor one. That was before I discerned the purpose behind their attacks, of course. Now they have my undivided attention. After apprising Minfilia of the situation, I shall summon a unit of Crystal Braves to assist us. As for you, Khaiden, pray join me in White Brim Front. Since the incident at Snowcloak, the Knights of House Durandare have redoubled their reconnaissance efforts in the region. It is my hope that they have information which may help us to determine precisely where the heretics are hiding. Given our mutual enemy, Lord Drellmont should be eager to oblige us. I shall see you there then. Good. I'll meet you there. Lord Horsefont. Heretics, Thravanians, all familiar enemies. This is something beyond all imagination. We'll take care of it, don't you worry. We will hurry. Oretachi ni makase no. White Brim Front is over here. Yeah. No fast travel over there, so let us fly. Mount Roulette, which one do we get this time? Ah, this one. What was this one called? Wait. This is Behemoth, I think. This is, Behemoth! Yeah, look at that! Hey, we had a game made by the Behemoth, Castle Crashers, earlier, and now we're flying with the Behemoth of Final Fantasy XIV. Oh, yes, and I forget the absolute throne that I'm in on top. Oh, yes. Your Supreme Star Lord is coming here. Your Supreme Star Leader. Truly King Khaiden, Tajigen Taite. Up here. Forget about that other empire. I will make my own multidimensional empire. The headquarters will be at the Tajigen Temple, also known as the Multidimensional Monastery. You see? You see? How well it all works out. Yes, I think it is up here, right? Forgot about this staircase. This nice stairway. This tower. Is this the one where I will become Astrologian? If not, then it's a similar looking one. But yeah, Drillmond! Yes, I remember them very well now. I mean, the people here. Commander Leveille's assessment is most troubling. If he's correct, Iceheart now poses a threat to Ishgard at large. By what means do these heretics travel so quickly? We must know, or our every attempt to apprehend them will be doomed to fail. Indeed, that is a good question, Temple Knight. That is a good question. Just so you know, my men have already started to arrive. Captain Ilbert always keeps a few braves at the ready in case of emergencies. Oh, this is an emergency, alright. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn wish to join in the hunt for Iceheart? Your assistance is more than welcome, my friends. Considering the report I just received, I dare say your timing could be no better. We are all ears, Lord Drellmont. A band of pilgrims was seen transporting a large number of crates to the west. Their garb appears to match the description provided by the squire who survived the attack. Alas, our scouts lost track of them at Snowcloak, that self-same frozen wall which we speculated might conceal the heretics' hideaway. I remember that now, yeah. Suffice it to say, the disappearance of these pilgrims and their provisions all but confirms our suspicions. Nice rhyme! That was a rhyme, right? I have heard enough. My knights will join the hunt. I took the liberty of summoning a unit of Crystal Braves to White Brim Front. Given the gravity of this situation, I trust you will agree that we must use every resource available to us. These are extraordinary circumstances, Commander. It will be in our best interest to coordinate our efforts. Such was my intent from the start, Sir Aymeric. Sir Aymeric, that's the right way to refer to him. And so it begins, my friend. Though I dare say it will prove an all too brief collaboration, Iceheart will not elude the combined forces of the Crystal Braves and the Temple Knights for long. Nevertheless, a wise man does not wager all upon the success of a single solution. There may yet be subtler means by which we can locate the heretic's lair. Mayhap Lord Drellmont has one in mind? I'll speak to him. Oh, I don't think it's gonna be that easy though. We have a nice force, the both of us, but may not be that easy. Nani kore? What is going on here? Yes, yes, excellent. And that's the one with the silver, the platinum here. My lady, everything has been accounted for. If there's all else you would have us do, pray speak, and it shall be done. And I think she's the one that is like on the cover art for Dreams of Ice that we use for today's thumbnail also. Yeah, I'm just gonna get the elegant silver piece there, I guess. Wow, that's a couple of chocobos there. Also, that other players. Even star boots. They look kind of nice. Maybe I should have gotten them for cosmetic purposes for Black Mage, although we're already wearing this. Only the naive place all of their hope in the success of a single solution, and Lord Drellmont is anything but. It seems as though we are always one step behind, our quarry ever just beyond our reach. Though I would like to believe that the tables are about to turn, I must confess to having certain doubts. A joint effort may succeed where others have failed, but it could yet yield the self-same result. Fortunately, we are not without other options. I trust you haven't forgotten Inquisitor Guillaume? We have not. The mystery of how the heretic remained undiscovered for so long has been much in our thoughts, as has the question of what steps might be taken to prevent a similar breach of security in future. Accordingly, we conducted an exhaustive and covert evaluation of everyone in Whitebrim Front. So what he's referring to, for those who don't remember or who were not here, is when we had a literal Among Us imposter. Well, among us. Among the people here in Kurtas, and somebody was shape-shifting into another person, impersonating somebody else entirely. Though some were found to have committed certain minor transgressions, we identified only one possible heretic. If this man has pledged himself to Iceheart's cause, he will have taken note of the movements of the Temple Knights and the Crystal Braves, and upon recognizing their intent, he may attempt to warn the heretics. The man's watch is to end soon, at which point he must report to Sir Jantremont in the yard. I would have you keep an eye on him. If he ventures beyond the walls, follow him discreetly. Should he meet with a heretic, do not interfere. Simply watch and listen. I have seen to it that the suspect knows nothing which could endanger our plans. Very well then. It may have been that mage we saw in that cutscene. The Third and the Temple Knights have begun their search. All that remains is to wait. Sir Emeric, sending his forces to Whitebrim Front prior to his own arrival? Your commander is certainly decisive. See how the skies darken? Even the weather is against us. Taciturn Temple Knight. But yeah, that white-haired woman is, I think, the one we saw in the Dreams of Ice cover. We can call it a cover, right? Let us tail the suspect, the scoundrel, and see if it's the same mage we saw in that cutscene. May very well be. Or is it one of those two knights? Maybe not. Maybe I got it wrong. I'm not being very subtle, am I? I don't feel like I'm being that subtle. It's very clear that I'm watching this person from afar. The suspected heretic leaves through the southwest gate. Is this the southwest gate? Kind of looks like it's more northwest on the map. No, yeah, we should leave through the other gate there. I'm not gonna mount up. Whoops, I kind of stepped on that person there. I think that was actually a corpse that somebody's resurrecting? Whoops. Sorry about that. I'm not sure though. Let us give chase to the potential scoundrel, accused knight. Actually, I'm kind of curious what happens if I interact with him. Hello, sir. How is your day going today? Let's take care when traveling these roads. Wild beasts and wars are wont to lurk by the wayside. Indeed, indeed. I can see some of them. Yes. Good weather today, though. Right. Accused knight. Maybe they're just innocent, completely innocent. The suspected heretic follows the road east. You heretic! He's a traitor! He is the traitor! Ugh. I have the power to save the one you love. Don't listen to him, Anakin. Ugh. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. Can't help but make reference to that scene. I like the way Palpatine, and Ian McDiarmid for that matter, just screams, "He's a traitor!" while just shooting lightning on Mace Windu. He's a traitor! The word traitor is one of those that is fun to say with like a lot of gusto. Which makes sense because, you know, whoever is saying that is probably saying that with a lot of emotion. You discover there's a traitor, I mean, yeah. Suspected heretic heads south. Traitor! Uragiri monome. Traitor. No OR in there, just A. Traitor. But traitor. Yeah, that kind of sounds nice too. I'm being silly with words again. Isn't it fun when I'm silly with words? At least it's fun for me, I hope it's fun for you. It's part of the Khaiden Tajigen package, you see? The entertainment package I bring to the streams here. Here in Final Fantasy Friday also. If you like that package and you want to see more of it, follow the stream if you haven't already. Maybe take it a step further and also subscribe. And give me your money. No, seriously, if you subscribe, it's great support. What is about to happen here? It is suspicious that they're heading for a place like this, isn't it? Hey! Hey! Where in the seven hells are you? I'm freezing my bollocks off here! Ah, yes. I'm here, you blundering oaf. Why are you late? Standing on the wall, why else? I have duties to fulfill, you know. Your sole duties to the... Bloody echo. Lower your voice or the heroes in white bring front. Yes, of course. The temple knights are... in Snowcloak. This is what you bring to me? We already knew about... Our comrades in Boulder Downs will use the tunnels... dead before they know what's happening. Nevertheless... if you waste my time again... Is that clear? Well, we have caught the scoundrel. At last. Let's report back to Drillmont. Yeah, we just gotta go back the way we came, but let's mount up again. Mount Roulette, will we get another one that we haven't gotten yet? No, it's the lovely Starlight Steed once again. No problem with that. You will not find me objecting to that. Do I have a name for my Starlight Steed? Just Starlight Steed, I guess. Starlight is not a bad name for itself, I guess. But it's more like... It's like naming the moon... It's like naming a moon, the moon. And you have Moon. Not quite the same, not quite the same. Perhaps we should have another name. But yeah, let's talk to Drillmont over here. This is releasing a wild deer, a wild reindeer in the middle of it. Like that. It's kind of what it looked like. Just charging into the kitchen there. I think it was a kind of a kitchen, right? That's where they were cooking stuff. There you go. Well, did your investigation bear fruit? I see. I shall have the man detained at once. His guilt is plain. Would that you could have heard their words more clearly. Yet the few snatches you were able to make out are nonetheless enlightening. It would seem the heretics are aware of our operation and confident that they can thwart it. Their comrades in Boulder Downs are key to their plans, which means it is key to our plans that they be rooted out and put to the sword. Indeed, I agree. Lord Drillmont. Next quest, First Blood. The Allied forces at Snowcloak are in danger, and Lord Drillmont would have you assist him in ensuring their safety. We have long suspected that the heretics use a network of secret tunnels to traverse the Highlands undetected. Given what you overheard, I fear that Snowcloak may be riddled with such passageways, and that the heretics in Boulder Downs are planning to use them to take our forces unawares. Needless to say, we cannot allow that to happen. A contingent of House during their nights are on patrol in the area, and I shall order them to begin searching for the heretics at once. But knowing nothing of our enemy's numbers or readiness, I cannot say for sure that they will be sufficient. It would put my mind at ease if you would consent to assist my knights with the search. I know they would take courage from the presence of so storied a warrior. Pray rendezvous with them at Boulder Downs. If Halone is kind, we may catch these heretics before their plans come to fruition. Show them no mercy, Khaiden. The lives of our allies are at stake. Aye, aye, sir. I can do that. No, indeed, these scoundrels seem like they learn best by fire and ice and thunder and lightning. I sound like I'm so trigger happy, but I'm really not. If we can solve things with diplomacy and talking, I like to have a nice conversation and to be reasonable. Welcome back, Mist. How was Lotro? Everything went well in Lotro? I hope it did. And I think it was a tier 3 you were doing. So yeah. Rendezvous with House during their nights. We have to go all the way here. Yeah, it's a good idea to mount up. What do we get this time? Cosmo! There we go, Cosmo. Right beside me. Now let's ride together, my friend. Great, we didn't kill last boss, but we did improve. That's good then. Yeah, tier 3. Is that the highest possible difficulty? It's not like I've been away from Lotro for long, which I have, but it's not because of that, I mean. Even when I played, you know, I didn't really do that much in Lotro. One day, maybe? I don't think so, though. Much like FF14, I don't think I'll be going for Savage or Extreme content. Even with Fashion Fantasy 14 into account, I really don't think I'll be doing those things that much. By that point, I'll probably just be playing another one. As I have done, like, all the story, maybe. It really depends. But, honestly, with the difficulty it has... the kind of difficulty it brings is more like... Yeah, there we go. The other ones were put to sleep. Well, let's do this right. Fire-Raga! Let's start the fight right here. Koyo. I mean, we over-leveled them by quite a couple levels, so they're not that difficult, but... Yeah, I think it's best if we take care of each of them one by one, eh? Yeah, look at that. Okay, that's it. Cosmo had the final blow right there. Here comes the next wave, though. No time to rest. Let's not get overconfident either. Don't get cocky, kid, said Han Solo to Luke. I think... Oh yeah, they stunned me. I wasn't able to move there. Thought for a moment that might have been lag instead of a stun, but thankfully it was a stun. It's all good. Hateful Harrier, nice alliteration. Who's next? Is that it? Alright. Fallen Heretics FX. Let's see what you got here. Deliver the Heretics Parchment to Drillmont. Alright, back to Drillmont right there. Yeah. Gotta ride again, this time Markab. Good old Markab, let's go. I can also just go for Markab. This is my favorite mount so far. I might end up just like removing this so that I can have something else in there. Maybe one of the emotes. I have the Manderville dance here. Haven't done it in a while. I might end up doing it like on a dungeon or leveling scenario while we're waiting or something. Or if I do like the slices right in the Manderville, just while we're waiting for it to begin. I see other players do that and it's fun. I want to do it too. The Manderville of quite the gentleman. A fitting dance for an Inspector Extraordinaire, Agent of Inquiry. Oh yes. You know, while it has been fun to do Hildebrand Manderville stuff for the past few weeks or so, it is great to be back to the main story like this. My knights sent no word of your coming, Khaiden. What has happened? What is that in your hand? What is this indeed? What does this say? Attack orders, perhaps. What we already knew about? Or perhaps something else. By the Fury! Those were veterans with years of service! And now they lie dead in the snow. Their bodies must be recovered, and... No. No, we have not the men to spare. Not now. Not while Iceheart prepares to summon an abomination. The heretics you dispatched were not of sufficient number to contend with the combined strength of the Temple Knights and the Crystal Braves. There must be others, and I'll wager they are on their way to Snowcloak as we speak. To make matters worse, it seems the traitor you followed managed to pass the heretics something of value after all. The parchment you recovered is a timetable of the guardsmen watches at our outpost in Snowcloak, The traitor was stationed there long before he aroused our suspicions. Would that we had caught him sooner! With this information, the heretics would know when the watch was weakest. They could use their tunnels with impunity and prepare their ambush. The timetable has not changed, you see. Of course, it will be changed now, but the heretics may already be in position. House Durandar must send reinforcements, even if it means withdrawing knights from the Stone Vigil. I can see no other way to safeguard the lives of our allies. I see what you mean, Lord Relmont, but it might be a dangerous move. Surely you need those knights in Stone Vigil for a reason? The Dravanians, was it? Is that the reason why? Not sure. But that's the quest completed. Complete. But alright. You're a seasoned veteran as well, Lord Relmont. I'll trust your judgment. Now the next quest. The Path of the Righteous. Lord Relmont recognizes that the situation in Snowcloak is coming to a head and that decisive action must be taken. Time is of the essence, Khaiden. While my knights make ready to depart, the heretics may take our allies in Snowcloak unawares. Superior training and equipment will avail them not if they are cut down ere their swords are drawn, but all is not yet lost. If you leave now, there may still be time to warn them. Make haste, I beseech you. Fly to Snowcloak and tell Sir Emeric everything we have discovered. Emeric, not Emeric. Fly I shall. Let us just teleport over here. Wait, no, it's not Camp Dragonhead. No. All the way here. Okay, Snowcloak. I see a dungeon entrance. Are we perhaps about to see one of those things? Aha. If anybody does want to join me in some later queues, potentially. Depends on what we do today. Again, depends on how far we get into these quests. It's about 19 quests, and this is number 8. Again, measuring them by the amount of quests is not exactly the best way to do it, but yeah. Actually, yeah, the other day... Give me a second here. Just gonna do something here very quickly. I did take a look at, like, a video... Well, I didn't see the video, but I saw the length of a video that has all the cutscenes from Dreams of Ice, and it was, like, 3.5 hours long, I think, or, like, yeah, 3 hours and 40-something minutes long, if I'm not mistaken. That's just the cutscenes. So this is why I know that it's gonna take quite a while. To an extent, though, I feel like I might end up measuring it by the number of quests. So maybe we could do halfway through the 19 quests. It's an odd number, so I guess I would have it be... What would be half of 19 in this case? I could also do halfway through a quest, but I'm not gonna do it like that. Half of 18 is... what is half of 18? 9, right? So I could leave it at the next quest or at quest number 10, but we'll see though. I may actually do it longer than that. We're only about to reach 2 hours of stream. We're making good progress, all things considered. While still taking our time to pause to talk about things. Talk about this here and there. Talk about the V2 experience as I did earlier. Talk about Castle Crashers earlier, perhaps. Perhaps our plans for tomorrow with the Lurin. I think we're gonna do it the same way we've done other event collabs. He reads a part, I read a part. We may have some parts that are different, some dialogue that is different depending on where we are in the story. Hatching Tide, also the first time I'm doing that. Still April, but we are not that far away from my first anniversary in FF14, huh? Yeah, it was the very first of July. The very start of July when we started it. The second half of the year as it was. 2022, and yeah. I don't think I will have finished everything in the free trial by then at the pace we're going. But to be fair, I mean... There were several weeks in which we had issues, the PC repair saga, a time in which I got sick late last year, where we just couldn't continue on. We just couldn't stream, and thus I wouldn't continue this. So, it's an unfortunate thing that happened, but yeah, it can happen. Sir Emeric? He's over there. Have words with the men if you must. We shall speak anon. I have some bad news, sir. Khaiden. This is a welcome surprise, perhaps the only one thus far. As you can see, we have yet to uncover any hidden... Sorry to interrupt, sir, but... Bad news. You have my gratitude. Truth be told, we suspected the heretics might be plotting such an attack. Now that we have confirmation, I shall place my knights on high alert. Has Commander Levieux been informed? The Braves must be made aware. Absolutely, absolutely. I'll talk to him. We are at a disadvantage here. We should linger no longer than necessary, says the taciturn Temple Knight. It must be here. I am certain of it. Why else would they go to such lengths to defend Snowcloak? It is but a pity this discovery comes when our enemy has us at such a disadvantage. Forewarned though we be, the heretics know the terrain far better than we. I dare not think how many are watching us at this very moment. Confound it! This is all wrong. Iceheart has us scrambling to save our own skins, when we should rightly be straining every sinew to find her and stop this damnable summoning. There she is! What? What? Come here, girl! No! No, 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 no. Wait. Nice save, though. Nice save. Well, well, well. Ida out of nowhere, or Ida out of nowhere. Where did those heretics come from? That was close. They didn't hurt you, did they? They said girl, though. Did they think he was Alice? Why would they think that? What would they know of Alice? Only my pride, Ida. There will be others nearby. We must see that they are given a similarly warm welcome. Commander Leviu! Papalimo's here. Wait, Papalimo was his name, right? No, I think I may have gotten it wrong. There's been a development, sir. Together with the Temple Knights, we have secured the entrances to some half-dozen tunnels after spotting the enemy breaking the surface. But that is not all, sir. We think that one of them may be important. Certainly, the heretics near flung themselves upon our swords to defend it. Aha! Just as I suspected. Amongst this warren of tunnels lies the entrance to Iceheart's lair. Summon the others. We're going in. A moment, Alphenot. The tunnel in question is barely wide enough for 2 men abreast. We cannot say with any certainty where it leads, much less what is waiting for us there. Furthermore, we have no way of knowing how many heretics are still lurking here on the surface. What if they were to converge on this point after we enter the tunnel? For all we know, we could be funneling our forces into a trap. That's a good point by Papalimo. I take your point. If the tunnel is indeed as narrow as you say, greater numbers would be more a hindrance than a help. Should we encounter difficulty, our own allies would become an obstacle to escape. A change of plans. While we rendezvous with Sir Aymeric and keep the heretics at bay here, you will go wherever that tunnel leads. I figured it was gonna be me. If you find Iceheart at the end of it, do not let her escape. You venture into the unknown, so see that you are prepared for anything. I suggest you call upon your allies, though not too many or Papalimo will sulk. A light party then, is it? Sure. Yes, I figured this was gonna be the dungeon. We enter the dungeon now. It is time to go into it. So if anybody wants to join me, let me know. And do invite me to a party because I'm still in the soup kitchen, so I can't really form parties myself. Let's talk to them in the meantime. We will hold the line, Khaiden. You may concentrate on the task at hand. And we'll unlock that dungeon in a moment, I think. Might be a new level in roulette. I am informed that Commander Leviu has asked you to lead a party down one of the tunnels. A characteristically daring proposition, yet I can think of no one better qualified for the task. I bid you good fortune. Thank you, sir. Sir Aymeric. Sounds like I'm saying Sir, S-I-R, but it happens a lot like that. You know, when I was watching Game of Thrones, which I still haven't finished, I still have like 6 of the 8 episodes of the final season to watch. The worst season. I guess that's partly one of the reasons why I haven't watched it. Not really, but it's kind of figured into it, I guess. But yeah. They said Sir a lot. And I thought, oh, you know, they're knights, so, you know, they're called Sir in the same way knights are called in England. Sir Patrick Stewart, Sir Ian McKellen, but no, it's S-E-R. But that may be where it comes from. I don't know. Something historical there that I don't know about. If you know, let me know in the chat. Yeah, I'd love to know about these things. History is always great to learn about. I mean, despite how bloody and awful it can get, still, well, fun. Or it's great to know how things develop and how things lead to one another, how things led to this point, etc., etc. and the legacy behind some things, the reasoning behind some decisions, the reason why this is the way it is, etc, etc. Anyway, the entrance to the tunnel, sir, is just over here. Had we not seen the heretics breaking the surface, we would never have noticed it. Per Sir Emmerich's orders, we will stand guard outside. Please be aware that even should you encounter significant resistance, we cannot leave our post. Understandable, Temple Knight. Snow Cloak now accessible. Wonderful. Let's wait a little bit then. Again, if anybody wants to join me, let me know in the chat or do invite me to a party, and we'll head into it. It is time for another 90-second ad break or so we'll wait a little bit for that. And then I might just queue up. Let me hydrate in the meantime. Your anime boy here needs to hydrate, alright? Your interactable anime avatar here needs to hydrate. There's the music. Some nice music in here as well. Does the music ever fail in Final Fantasy XIV? I don't think so. No matter where it is. We gotta take some screenshots here though. Yeah, in the meantime I can take a few screenies. I look great with the cloud of darkness over me like this, don't I? Hold on, we're getting Cosmos bot to show partly on the screen. See, this is where I would have to go into G-pose so that it doesn't appear, but I'm too lazy to bother with that. It's like kind of a rabbit hole. I look great like this though, there we go. Cosmo, hold on. There we go, I think that... Oh yeah, this will be a good shot as well. There we go. Nice music too. Been a while since I've done World of Darkness. I think I literally only did it the time I unlocked it. And haven't done it again ever since. Maybe did it like a second time, but that's it. And it's like, you know, a raid roulette that people do frequently. That reminds me, how are my currencies? I have exactly 0 company seals, I remember now. 415 tombstones of poetics. Where do you get it? Tombstones of causality and astronomy, and what are they for? Tombstones of aphorism no longer valid, but I'm curious about those other two. They look very nice, a sci-fi feel to them. Well, to be fair, the Tombstones of Poetics have that too. Nice sci-fi-ish feel to them. So, let us queue up for Snowcloak, specifically. Oh, I could enter with a party of NPCs though. How would that be? It's been a while. You know what? It's been a while since I've done this. I want to do a party of NPCs, because why not? It's been a while. It's been a while since I've done this with a party of NPCs. Although it is nice to play with players, but I mean, that's also what I'm here for, but let's do it. So there's a Thaumaturge and myself a Black Mage. Can I get a different party? Okay, it's always gonna be the same one, I think. Conjurer and Marauder. These are base classes. If I don't succeed with this though, if we die on this though, I'm definitely going in with players. But alright. Yeah, Scions, other Scions of the Seventh Dawn helping me out. I like it. I like it. Very lovely area. An ice dungeon, of course. It should be an ice dungeon. Yeah, I think this opens up a new level in Roulette. I guess when we unlock the later version, it's also gonna be the level 50, 60, etc. dungeon. Gotta follow the lead of the tank. Will the AI just go ahead? It's been a while since I've done this with AI. No, it's gotta be my lead that they follow. Yes, I guess it would be best if I were a tank, but yeah. I think what's gonna happen is that the tank will go ahead of me. Oh, and I like it! It's not showing up, because I'm not showing it on the screen, but they have dialogue actually. One of them is saying, the Sign Conjurer says, "It's breathtaking." And the Sign Marauder replies, "This is no time for sightseeing, my friend." Nice, 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 nice. Oh dear. I was checking something else. Ah, wait. Ah! Shoot. I'm checking a message on my phone quickly. Got a notification there. Alright. Well, they seem to be doing fine. We're doing fine. Everything's fine. Yeah, I guess they're not gonna aggro too many enemies. It's gonna be kept simple in that sense. That's okay. I'm not gonna do huge tanking, huge pulling. Pulling like half a dozen enemies even. I doubt that the AI tanks are gonna behave like that. Let's keep it going. Yeah, the tank probably goes ahead of you a little bit. Careful with that. There's no command that you can have, like, as if it were a chocobo or a combat companion or pet like that, to tell them, hey tank, go ahead and attack, right? Oh yeah, you know what I remembered? Yeah, I was told last stream, something which I suspected but I wasn't really sure about until it was confirmed to me, that it is best if I stay close to the party, to make it easier for the healer. And there was another reason, but I forgot what it was already. Yeah. We were told that, I think it was on the April Fool's stream. Yeah, because that was the one in which we were doing roulettes, so it would make sense that I would ask that question. Yeah, they are pulling a little bit. If the enemies are close enough, they will pull a little bit. That is well done. The difference with a player is that they will probably go further to pull even more, depending. I wonder what the hell it's gonna be like when I'm finally a tank. Again, most likely gonna be Dark Knight, but you never know what the future may bring. It's still a bit far away. Before that, I'm gonna be an astrologian. And I also want to complete all the story for Black Mage, so... I will be doing things as a Black Mage still. Still haven't even gotten into Heaven's Sword, but we'll get there. Oh yes, we will get there. Don't you worry. How about you, maniacs? Most of you, I think I know the answer to, but where are you right now in FF14 in your journey? As you can see, oh wait, I shouldn't go first. As you can see, we are in Dreams of Ice. It's nice to be with AI though, because it's kind of a single player experience that I can just pause at any moment, kind of. But hey, the fun is to play with other players for sure. If we get another one of these, I'm probably gonna go for players. Some of them doing their daily roulettes maybe. Happy to help. Actually, yeah, I'm kind of regretting that now, because then I think everybody gets a bonus if somebody's doing it for the first time, and that would be me. Yeah, I feel bad now. Yeah, next time, if there's a next time within these quest lines, I'll do that. Oh, the white bear drops a tiny key, my bad. See, I was thinking they were players for a moment, and one of them picked up the tiny key. No. I interact with the items here. I guess unless there's a quest mechanic, a dungeon mechanic that requires more than one player, they'll probably make the AI do it, or it's one of those dungeons that you can never do it with the AI. You just never have the option. Because I haven't been given the option to do anything with NPCs for a while. To have a dungeon with NPCs. Been a while. So yeah. Yush. Let's keep singing a song of ice and fire on them. Haha. See, I mentioned Game of Thrones earlier. Let's make even more references. What was the reason why it was called a Song of Ice and Fire? Because you have the fire of like Daenerys and her dragons and what she's doing, and then the ice of what's happening with Jon Snow and the Watch, and then beyond the wall with the Ice Walkers or whatever they were called. The Other, I forget what they were called, but yeah. Speaking of Ice Walkers, look at that humongous thing. A Wandil it's called. Great design, that's a fun looking boss. Big ice elemental giant. Big ice golem. Gonna fight ice versus ice, Blizzard 3 and then freeze. But here comes the fire. Here comes the weapon that's probably better against it. Let's recover some mana there with Mana Font. And we want to go for other things. What is it cooking there? Oh yeah, we want to remain close. I know these are NPCs, but I want to foster the habit of remaining close to the party. Oh yeah, I forgot to use lightning. There we go. I forget sometimes. Let's get out of the way. And get your fire. Through the fire and the flames, you will not carry on. Oh, you will not carry on. You're gonna die. But now, Fire Raga! Followed by good old regular fire. Those snow drifts, how do you know the direction in which they're gonna come? I gotta avoid them. I gotta try avoiding them. I know there's like the ice rink. Can we call that? Like the surrounding ice circle around us. Oh, you know, I just realized the upside, another upside to having a party of NPCs is that I can always be guaranteed to be the one that uses the limit break. I fear that slip and break my neck, he said. Taos, bloody balls, all that ice. It's freezing in here, they're also saying in the dialogue. That's so nice that they customized the NPC's dialogue for that. And well, yeah, I'm gonna get all the loot probably. Hero's Ring of Aiming, probably I'm gonna use that. Let's have a look at what we have here. All recommended, all good. With my beautiful glamour prism. With this fantastic outfit that just fits me so very well, does it not? Whoa, that scared me. Careful with that Gubu. Where did it even come from, one of them said. Time Marauder said, did that Gubu just jump out of a snowball? It's fun to see the dialogue. Fun to see the dialogue, seriously. I do like playing without players, but this dialogue, dude. This dialogue. If one were to make a novelization for FF14, that dialogue would be invaluable, I would say. Can you find any place that has that dialogue if you haven't seen it? Because a lot of players probably don't even know there's like custom NPC dialogue for this dungeon. I know the wiki has some things, but I don't know if they have such information. Do kana? Let's have some Dunder 3. I haven't been using Dunder as much. The damage over time is very helpful, so we should use that more. Let's begin with these sprites. Why must the heretics reside in such bitter climes, says one of them. This ice sprite. Actually, no, that was not efficient. We need to wait for the Marauder to put them together. No, they're not gonna be pulled because they're ranged, right? A player would probably be able to do that better, but... well, some of them are ranged, not all of them, but yeah. Here with the AI, not as good. Let's try just casting fire after fire. It's gotta be so unbelievably cold in here with that blizzard. Blizzardo. Okay, I think I'm gonna want to attack these ice sprites here. Hopefully I don't aggro them or something. Gonna try blizzard here. Ice versus ice. You heard of fire versus fire. Now look at ice versus ice. Let's also cast Thunder 3. I did not mean to do that mana ward. But oh well, whatever. Dondara. I got a heal there. I didn't even realize I lost health. Thank you, healer. Yeah, see, this is a good position because I'm not that far away from everybody else. Not that much further away. Yush. Funny enough, this is reminding me of the theme song for Kamen Rider Revise. Because one of the artists is called Da Ice. Also because I started watching Revise recently. So, yeah. Anything with the ice is just gonna remind me of Da Ice and therefore Live Devil, the theme song. Dealing with the devil, Kinda no chikara, saigo mikata ni tsukete. There's the first limit break. We might get more gauges as we go on, so obviously we're not gonna use that right now. Terrible moment in which to use that, I would say. Did I aggro the sprites first? Gotta be careful with that. Not to go way too far ahead. Thanks for the heal. Sorry about that, healer. Obviously, I wouldn't do that if I were with a party of players. I would just completely wait. But in this case, I have to go ahead a little bit, and then the tank will know where to go. It's programmed well, actually. It's programmed really well. I've seen it around, you know. I've seen this from also Sotor, Lotro, seen the behavior of AI that's supposed to be tanks. And this is well programmed, considering what I've seen there. Not that they have it bad, but they definitely have it different, and I think maybe not as efficient. I don't remember Sotor specifically, but I think with Sotor, you were the one that had to initiate the combat, even if you were not the tank. But in Lotro, I remember that if you had, like, for example, a skirmish soldier that was a tank, and I know because I did, Your skirmish soldier would always be like a couple meters ahead of you. Like a bit far ahead of you, so it's always like going first and aggroing the enemies first. Not the most efficient way of doing it, but it works. There's quite some room for error there, but it does work, right? But here, the tank doesn't really go ahead that much. So there you are. Ooh, a Yeti though! We're actually fighting a Yeti! Let's go! Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go! 逃げないで自分を breaking through Dealing with the devil 禁断の力を最後味方につけて It's been a joy watching Revise, like actually watching it at long last after all this time. I was supposed to be watching it, but then I just didn't keep up with it. Started watching the first episodes and then didn't get past the third episode. Not because I didn't like it or anything, I just kind of dropped it for other reasons when it was ongoing. I would have rewatched it anyway, which is what I'm doing now. It's not a rewatch, but rather just a watch. Period. Because when I first watched it, I watched it without subtitles. That's my plan. That's what I'm doing with Kamen Rider Geese right now, and we are not doing well here. Thank you for the heals. Gotta follow their lead when I see them move a certain way. Although sometimes I'm so caught up in the casting. But man, are you seeing that though? How he just smashes the ground and we go flying like that. That's fun to see. Maybe not so fun to experience. But yeah. But yeah, with Geese, I'm watching it without subs. Sometimes I end up watching it with subs, but not because I want to, but because for other reasons I can't help it. I can't disable the subs. But for the most part, yeah, I'm trying to watch it, just trying to learn Japanese by doing that. And getting an experience out of it without missing out completely on watching it. Then when everything has been released for Geeks and the series is over, so everything would mean that the final release would probably be the summer movie. Assuming they will have a summer movie, you never know. The tradition that hasn't been broken in a long time. I think only the pandemic broke it. Kind of. For 2020 or so, or 2021. Yeah, for 2020 or so, but even then, yeah. It's something that would happen. Who knows what the hell that movie's gonna be like. A snowball fight is not what I was expecting, says one of them. Aye, but nevertheless, we were victorious. Couldn't have done it without you, my friends. Thank you, Superstar Squad. They are a Superstar Squad as well. I got an antique helm, antique gauntlets. Is there anything helpful there for us? Nothing for us, nothing for us. Perhaps something cosmetic, but I don't think I'll be doing a big glamour outfit in a while. Let us not slow down and continue. No time to waste, make it haste. As we fight against this one, this Glacier Sprite. These enemies right here. But yeah, eventually that's how I'm gonna rewatch Geats. On the other hand, the current Sentai I am watching fully with subs. Trying to understand as much as possible. Of course, I'm still trying to learn Japanese, but yeah. I won't be rewatching it. Not really as much, although I'm loving the hell out of King Ogier, so maybe rewatching more than I give it credit for. But hey, I gotta have time for other things. Other series, for example, other Super Sentai series that I want to watch as well. Eventually, I'm also gonna watch the rest of Senkaiger, and I'm also going through Senkaiger together in a superhero time situation with Revise. So that means that Dawn Brothers will eventually come in, because it's kind of similar what happened with Dawn Brothers. I made it to episode 2. I was kind of watching it while it was going live. I remember watching that first episode in which they had a suplex with the giant robot. I even like tweeted the gif of that suplex. But yeah, I gotta get back to it. I'll get back to it with the Superhero Time Revise Hour. With the Superhero Time combo with Revise. There we go. That's the sentence I wanted to make. Look at those ice bombs though. Actual ice bombs. That's such a Final Fantasy enemy, I don't know why. The fire bombs and the ice bombs, they just scream Final Fantasy to me. Something about that. Well, anything that resembles a crystal, I guess, will make me think of Final Fantasy. So there you are. Oh yeah, let's stick close to the party to make it easier for the healer. They are NPCs, but I wanna make this a habit as much as I can. Otherwise, I really will not do as much, honestly. What else is next? Sprig and Tumbler. Let the tank do it first, because I feel like engaging sometimes and I gotta stop myself from doing that. Thundara! Ikuzo. And now Fire. Fire 2, Thunder 2. The AoE versions, right? It's always number 2 that tend to be AoEs like that. Oh yeah, and actually, yeah, I have a really good role model here. This Thaumaturge NPC, the way they are sticking close enough to the party like that, that's the way I should be doing it, I think. Yeah. That's probably the way I should be doing it. They are pretty much the same class I am. So I can follow their lead like that. You can see they're casting in the same way. I see they have been doing some blizzards. Only now am I paying attention. Snow clubs! Look at that thing! I love this dungeon though. This has been fun so far. I know it's not crystals, it's ice, but you know, they're basically like crystals. Crystally areas like this fit Final Fantasy so well. And I love ice areas in RPGs, in any video game actually. Big contrast with the peaceful, icy music and the fights we're having right now. Let's keep going though. Let's get out of this area as soon as possible. And you can take on that dove Avis, however you pronounce that. Let's stick close to the other Thaumaturge as well, follow their lead. Perhaps going right next to the healer. I should do it like that. I think that is a good basis. Is that a good way to go about it, Maniacs? Those of you who know more about FF14 can tell me. Just standing right next to where the healer is standing. Might be good. If I'm recalling correctly, I have seen other teammates do that. I don't really usually pay much attention to what the other teammates are doing, which I probably should. At this point, I think I can do that now that I've gotten more used to how to play as a black mage. By this point, certainly. Yeah, let's do, can't even do that. I was trying to do Blizzard 2. Blizzara! And once again, Moikai, Blizzara. Now, switching to Fire. Fire-Zu. Yeah, let's stand close to the healer and the Thaumaturge. Is it easy for the healer if they have somebody right behind them? Or is it harder? I'm not sure. Maybe it depends on their camera angle, but yeah. The part that I find the toughest as a healer is if you have to also deal damage to the enemies and you're not just healing. Because if you do, let's pick this up. Then you have to switch between players and enemies to heal the players and then to fight the enemy. That's why I'd rather just stick to healing and nothing more than healing. If I am a healer, like be 100% dedicated to healing. Because it's not like with the enemies where you can just press tab and it gives you the nearest one. Sometimes you have something like shift and tab, but that's much more difficult to press than just tab, I find. Yosh, boss time. Tatakai no toki da. Ikimashou. Tatakai no toki wa ima. Tatakai no toki ga kita. The legendary Whorehound. This is not a foe to be trifled with. My, what terrible fangs, says the Thaumaturge. My fellow Thaumaturge. Though I'm also a black mage, but I am a Thaumaturge before that. Couldn't have been a black mage without being a Thaumaturge at first, could I? Never forget. Never forget where you came from. Hashtag starting from the bottom. Well, not really though. That's not what that means. Yeah, I'm gonna follow their lead then, as much as I can. That is probably for the best. Here, oh, we get behind the ice pillars. I see. Okay, okay. See, NPCs also kind of teach you about... Uh-oh. Got me there. Tried to move, couldn't quite get to safety on time. I am frozen. Dreams of Ice, alright. But here's your fire. Fire versus ice, just the way it's gotta be. And don't think I'm forgetting that I have one LB available. Waiting for the right time to do it. Let's get the mana font for some extra fire here. Still not enough health down to justify the limit break. I mean, it's always good, but I'd rather have it as a finisher. One way or another, it's gonna be the same damage. Unless I wait too long and it's more overkill than actually the damage we want to do here. Yeah, let's get out of there. Otherwise... Oh, come on! I got out of the way! How can I still get frozen? How are they able to get out of the way so quickly? Why? Why? I got out of the way already. I was already out of there. Yeah, let me go to where they are. Is that one of the best placements to have, like right behind the enemy there? I realize I really shouldn't be keeping my distance from the rest of the team that much, but still, it's kind of a weird placement, I guess. I don't know. I like to think the NPCs are teaching me some good habits for dungeon crawling, if you will. Let's have lucid dreaming. Should I do the limit break already? Let's wait a little bit longer. Mod Skoshi. Okay, time to do it now. Now is the time. Meteor Storm Punisher! Meteor Storm Punisher! Did it hit? Didn't seem like it actually hit. Didn't do enough damage there. Did it do any damage? I did hit Fenrir, right? What the hell just happened there? That was weird. And I have nearly no mana. Okay, well, something went wrong there. I know it wasn't fully centered, but surely it did hit Fenrir a little bit. Well, alright, it works out one way or another. Damn it, I wanted to do it as a finisher. Meteor Storm Punisher. Taken right straight out of Kamen Rider Meteor. But it fits, right? I mean, I don't think it's the Meteor Storm because it's not the level 3 limit break. Duty complete. Thank you, my NPC Superstar Squad. You all did well. You all did very well. 35 elegant tombstones of poetics. Probably would have received more if I did this with players. Maybe. Arigato, Minna. I would give you the Crystal Brave salute, but apparently I can't do that. So we'll just leave it at that. Let's exit and continue on with the story. At the end of the day, we have been here for the story so far, have we not? Oh, yes.
The tales do not do you justice, warrior of light.
Ah, thank you. I'm assuming I'm speaking with... what was her name? Iceheart.
I know who you are, and you know who I am. I was given the name Izel, but I earned the name Iceheart.
You look very much like the image of an Iceheart. You live up to your name.
This endless cycle of hatred, of bloodshed, of sorrow. You would see it continue, O noble warrior of light.
Of course not. That's why I fight.
I would not. I will not. I will bring an end to this war between dragon and man, no matter the cost.
Your aim may be a noble one, but this is not the way to a better world, Iceheart. Nothing built upon the calculated sacrifice of innocent lives can be. I took that quote straight from the Doctor. One of my favorite quotes, I've learned it so much. Except for the Iceheart part, obviously, but it's exactly how he said it in an amazing Doctor Who novel, The Sorcerer's Apprentice. The first Doctor. But... what are you gonna do, destroy the world? Yes, I will end the cycle, but... that's not what I mean when I said I would like to end the cycle. That's worse than actually having the cycle, as you said.
In time, you will come to understand that what we do for the greater good. For Eorzea, for Hydaelyn.
She named Hydaelyn, though. I've heard this story too many times, Iceheart. This is not the way to do it. But what now? Surely it's not to fight with Shiva just yet. I doubt it. I don't think so. Ah, nice. She can teleport in the same way. With Ethernet shards. What was the explanation they gave it in the story? What that you were doing with the crystals? Sort of attuning to them, right? That took longer than I expected. What news, Khaiden? So Iceheart is but a pseudonym. Not that it matters. Ice Sail, was it? That she managed to escape is regrettable, but from your description of that beast, you did well to come as close as you did. In any case, now that you have cleared the path, the Temple Knights can begin to survey the tunnels in earnest. Mayhap they will even find a route past the ice wall. Wouldn't that do wonders for their fight against the heretics? The Crystal Braves will certainly share the credit for it too. 12 be praised, Khaiden. We may yet turn this situation to our advantage. Assuming we stop Iceheart before she summons Shiva, of course. Needless to say, our fellow Scions have not been idle. Minfilia and Urianger have been busy perusing the archives of House 410, gathering what information they can on Shiva. Which reminds me, if you're intending to trudge back to Camp Dragonhead to report on the day's events, don't. The antecedent should be here any minute. I can only assume some people enjoy subjecting themselves to this cult. Yeah, that's me, Alphinaut. I like it. I like it. I like this cult. But, yeah. Okay, we wait for Minfilia here. Let's talk to the others in the meantime. Harry the enemy when he is entrenched. Retreat from his advance and attack his flanks when he withdraws. Aye, Iceheart is no fool. She thinks her aim is a noble one, but unfortunately, I don't think so. Not even the aim in itself. I don't think summoning Shiva, if what we heard about Shiva is right, is going to do much good. I mean, the Mongols thought they were doing good too. And usually, Great King Mogul Mog the 12th is good, but when he descends on this realm, it's apparently bad. It's kind of complicated, but yeah. The network of tunnels throughout Snowcloak is extensive. A full survey will take time. Though not, and actually, we have another ad break incoming now, so let's wait a moment before we continue here. As the 90 seconds come in. Yeah, good time to hydrate actually. I should go for that. Good time to hydrate again. Good when I can remember though, even though you're not reminding me. Hydrate your anime boy, your interactable anime avatar here. Yours truly, the multidimensional Dajigen Khaiden, a sentient star cluster in virtual avatar form. Oh yes. This is what I live for, you see? To be your entertainment avatar, your digital entertainment anime boy. As much as I can. That's why I want to stream as much as I can and do this as much as I can. But there's some video content I want to do as well. Just still brainstorming it. I have been given some reasons to believe recently, despite what we're doing right now, that it may not be good to fully focus on the Kamen Rider niche, or well, not fully focus, but at least make it be the main one. The thing about the niches I'm looking to do is that they are so difficult to do with so little time. Very time consuming. If I do them the way I want to do them, maybe? Well, I don't know. There's more brainstorming to be done. This brainstorming has been going on for years, literally. That's the problem with it. But I digress. Time may tell where it's all gonna go. Oh, I should probably get some grape juice here. What happens if I decline? It's still there, right? Okay, that's good, Should have taken some grape juice, maybe would have made some other fights easier. And then a couple of Giselle greens, or rather just one Giselle green for Cosmo. Alright. For the greater good. Though not given to small talk, Alphinaut can think of no better way to pass the time until Minfilia arrives. Yeah, good weather today, right, Alphinaut? We say as we're shivering in this cold. The like sparks in the air are so great. Nymphelia looks so good like this. Oh my gosh. She looks so nice with that outfit. Oh, I love winter outfits though. I mean, it's easier to get more comfortable in cold weather than it is in hot weather. But I also prefer like the way cold weather clothing can look as opposed to hot weather clothing. Yeah. Especially if you have to go for something very simple, like shorts and sandals or something like that. Definitely doesn't look as fancy as like this great flowing coat on you, right? I'm more of the fancy sort, if you haven't been able to notice already. Antecedent. You come to us straight from the archives of House Fortem. I trust your time there proved fruitful. Would that it had. Orianjay and I had scoured countless texts, but what we found was of questionable veracity. Account of Shiva's life and deeds are sparse and contradictory, only agreeing upon one point. She lay down with a dragon, the gravest of all sins according to the Ishgardian faith. So in this case, Shiva is a she. I think originally Shiva is actually a male deity, but then he kind of turned female from maybe misinterpretation or just something else. I don't remember what it was. So yeah, Shiva here is female as well, but let's see. Yet in the eyes of Iceheart's followers, this was a holy act, the blessed union of man and dragon. How such a thing could even be possible is quite another question. Suffice it to say, I very much doubt that we will find a useful answer in the archives of House Fortem. Much knowledge has been lost over the centuries, though in this case, one wonders if it is by circumstance or design. You said that Iceheart took a moment to plead her case prior to escaping, did you not? She said this, she said that. Viewed without prejudice, most would agree that bringing an end to an endless war serves the greater good. I think Sir Emeric may take issue with her methods. Not just Sir Emeric. I do not care if a few stragglers manage to escape. Until the sappers confirm that a tunnel is safe, the men are not to search it. Yes, Lord Commander. He's a good lord. He's a good sir. Sir Emeric? You pursue your foes with less zeal than I had expected, Sir Emeric. Lest you misunderstand, I do not deny that our enemy has given us good reason to be prudent. I merely meant, you being a man of faith, that I had expected a certain single-mindedness. After all, was it not by the will of Halone that your ancestors came to this land? Why they took up arms against the Dravanians? What would they have done in your position, I wonder? There are those who believe that faith is a renunciation of free will, that unquestioning devotion is required to all who would live a life in service to the Fury. Such righteous fervor may well serve a knight on the front line, less so a leader of men. We are all at liberty to interpret the scriptures as we will. I choose to believe that the Fury would value the lives of her followers over the deaths of her enemies. But I would not presume to speak for the Knights of Eld. 'Twas a different time, nay, a different era, and scripture tells us only so much. What a wise individual. I think this is a really good way to approach a faith. At least his. Would that he told us more. And what happens next, indeed. A good dialogue there, Alphinaud, good dialogue there with Sir Emeric. That man is awfully pragmatic for a servant of the Holy See. A welcome trait at the negotiating table, to be sure. Less so when one's enemies are making ready to harness the power of a god. Mayhap he does not truly believe that Iceheart's plan can succeed? Truth be told, I too remain somewhat skeptical. Why so, Nymphelia? Shiva was real, a living, breathing woman. Of that there can be no doubt. This is different than the other primals in that sense, I think. In this respect, she differs from every other figure to have been summoned, each of whom was worshipped as a god. The sole exception being good King Muggle Mug XII, the myth made manifest in response to the fervent supplications of the Muggles Guard. So another exception also, yeah! Didn't know good King Muggle Mug XII, his great majesty, was like that. Huh. Saint Shiva may differ, but what of the heretics? They're a tribe of outcasts at war with a mighty nation, who yearn for the resurrection of the one who embodies their beliefs. If that is not placing one's faith in a higher power, then what is? Crystals and conviction, Minfilia. They have them both in abundance. The Crystal Brave is here. Speaking of crystals, you see? Can that truly be all that is required? A good question, Minfilia. My survey team has concluded a preliminary analysis of the Aetheryte Iceheart used to escape. They believe that she teleported to another Aetheryte, somewhere not far to the west. Despite the apparent proximity of this second Aetheryte, however, they have been wholly unable to detect its presence directly. Unless Iceheart has some means to mask its signal, I can only presume she had it destroyed to prevent us from following her. Without the means to teleport as she did, we have no choice but to search for an alternate route. Most likely a tunnel, assuming one exists. Let us not give up on teleportation just yet. One of our colleagues in Charlayan may be able to assist us. I pray that you are right. I dare not think how long it will take us to survey the entire tunnel system. The plot is thickening, alright. While Minfilia looks into our Aetheryte problem, I would like to request your assistance with another matter. The third unit is currently tracking the remnants of the heretic force which attacked us. However, the search goes poorly, despite our numbers. Kurthas is vast, and Iceheart's followers know the terrain far better than we. Your knowledge of this region may serve to hasten the process. The sooner we capture Iceheart's followers, the sooner we can press them for their leader's whereabouts. Also, though it is admittedly a selfish request, I feel that my braves would benefit immensely from working alongside you. While we have our share of veterans, we also have more than a few less experienced recruits, many of whom look up to you, in case you were not aware. I'm aware. I'm aware, Alphinaud. I know I'm an absolute role model, of course, as the superstar that I am. They have a good role model in me. Let them look up to me. I'll welcome their company. Good. I knew you would understand. Yu Hasen or Yu Haze? Yu Has can appraise you of the details. I'm gonna pronounce it like that. I hope it's okay. When the task is complete, come and find me at the observatorium. Captain Ilbert and I are meeting there to discuss the latest developments in his investigation. The Temple Knights shall hold Snowcloak in our absence. Let us leave them to their work. Ours is more pressing. Minfilia? She looks so nice with that outfit, seriously. She's the only one so far who has had a winter outfit. I'm guessing Urian J. We didn't see him, but he was here, right? Around here. He would have a winter outfit of his own, probably. Probably. There you are, Khaiden. Commander Leviyu instructed me to wait for you. Your assistance is most welcome, believe me. Most of the Third hail from Ul'dah, and for a man accustomed to the field of sand beneath his boots, the crunch of snow can be rather disconcerting. But to the matter at hand, nary a moment ago, I received word that the heretics we seek have been spotted making for Danithan Pass. My braves are already in pursuit, and I should be grateful if you would join them. I myself shall be taking part in the hunt. Never let it be said that I do not earn my coin. Yes, indeed. We pursue the heretics towards Danithan Pass. Where is that? Around here. Alright. In pursuit of the heretics. Pursuing heretics. We sound like we really are like an overzealous... like the Spanish Inquisition, you know? Nobody expecting us. Like a sort of Inquisition. The Inquisition of Kurthas. Of Ishgard. Ishgard is how we should say it. There you are. But what a beautiful area this is. Snowy, wintry areas are probably some of my favorites in video games, as I said earlier. And Final Fantasy XIV is no exception at all. No exception at all. Super Mario games are another one that's a great example. I love it when you get to the snow levels in Super Mario games. Well, sliding on the ice aside, that's the big downside of that. The physics of it. I had so much fun in snow levels in Super Mario Maker though. I hope I can get that capture card working again or get one without a delay. Just very expensive though. Probably better off spending that money elsewhere, but I love to stream Super Mario Maker and just, yeah, A little bit of what we experienced in Castle Crashers today, we may experience there. I would have a death counter for sure. Although I would have to set it up better than this, so I don't have to do it manually. Like, with a single key or something like that, I can just make it go up, right? And make it go down if necessary. Those balls, my ankle is on fire! Caught my boot on a rock or something and twisted it as I fell. The others went on ahead through Dannington Pass. Hurry, and you might catch up. If you aren't sure where to go, look for tracks. This snow is fresh, so they shouldn't be hard to find. You okay though? I can take you to a medic if you like. But well, he's called a 3rd unit brave, so he's being brave, right? Let's go on markup now. And no, wait, for the greater good. Where is it that we're going? Oh, all the way here, all the way here. All right. Then let us waste no time. Making our way there. I disabled the mount music. I find it honestly better without the mount music. So it's feeling a bit silent right now, maybe. It's nice to go on this area, though. A little jump. Not actually a jump, but yeah. So many enemies that I haven't even faced ever. Though they probably are related to some side quests that I've yet to do. Probably. Let's go towards the orange area over here, though. And Fresh Prince, yeah. Where is everybody, though? Are they okay? Get the feeling that maybe something bad happened to them now. This leads southeast, it says. Let's go southeast over here. How would I know what is north and west and all that if I didn't have the minimap? Do they have compasses in Eorzea? Is that how you say the plural compass? Compasses? I can't think of anything else. Zion, what are you doing here? The heretics? I'm not sure. There was a grayscale beast and... Yu Hase. I think he went east on his own. The heretics split up, so we did too. Hope he's doing okay, though. He was coughing right there. What was that about? Biased. How do you pronounce the name of this thing? Is it bias like in English, or maybe BS more like in Japanese or Spanish, you would say? Like BS, the big bad of Lightman. Choju Sentai Lightman. Well, what have we here? More hateful Harriers for me to slay. Stalling bluecoats. Haha! They call the Crystal Braves bluecoats. I'm gonna take that as a compliment. Our beautiful uniform. Yes. Much like red coats, blue coats. I like it. What should I call them? I can call them something coat. Can't really tell if they have a color to their coat. And that mana ward was probably not necessary. What is the cooldown on that? 180 seconds. How much is that? 2.5 minutes, I think? Maybe we should be okay. How embarrassing. I was so intent on following the heretics' tracks that I almost failed to notice they had doubled back. Almost, mind you. One trying to sneak up behind me and got a knife in the gut for his troubles. I thought myself alone. So I started searching the dead man's knapsack for anything of interest, and lo and behold, before his friends found me, I came upon this. What is that? Withdraw in groups of 3 or less to the observatorium. Give the signal and wait. The merchant will be watching. Be late and be left for dead. Speaks for itself, does it not? They can't possibly mean to rendezvous inside the place, so we should restrict our search to the surrounding areas. Let me rephrase that. You should restrict your search to the wilderness around the observatorium. I will need more than a moment's rest to recover from these wounds. You okay there? I need me to give you a ride or something? All of these people just being wounded and we just leave them on the wilderness so they can find their way back. I get worried sometimes. But well, they're gonna be fine, I guess. Wouldn't want to lose you, Yu Hase. Already the Ishgardian people here have lost some men on their end. We may end up losing some Crystal Braves on our end, so... yeah, we better be careful. Suspicious curtain. Cutscene here, though. I am through with listening to your excuses. We leave now. How? The woods are crawling with those blue coats, and the knights are searching every wagon that passes through the gates. Blue coats, eh? Blue coatsだと? Well, stay with him, then, if you think you'll fare any better. Oh, you know who I'm associated with. Now, there's no need for that. Aha. Here's your blue coats. There are places like this in my homeland. Sacred snow-capped peaks where blood must not be shed. Yugiri! Yugiri! Welcome back, Yugiri! There's a stranger! It's Yugiri again! Great to see her! Yet your lands ever thirst for the blood of the fallen, and by your deeds, it has drunk deep. No! I have done no wrong! None but meet in secret with heretics. Deny it all, you will. We shall have the truth from you yet. Inquisitors are not the only ones skilled in the art of interrogation. Ooh. Damn it all! Is he... Oh, I thought he fell dead for a moment. Somebody maybe killed him or he poisoned himself to not confess. Something like that. Fancy meeting you here, Khaiden. I presume your work with the Third brought you hither? What a tangled web. Lest you wonder, we came not for the heretics, but for the merchant who has been conspiring with them. He came to our attention during the course of our investigation into the Ivy. It beggars belief, I know, but it seems our favorite Garlean spy may have been providing assistance to Iceheart. Were it not for the efforts of Lady Yugiri and her shinobi, we may never have discovered this connection. Master Althenor is too kind. I fear my people and I have done little to aid your search for this spy. But it's so good to see you, Yugiri-sama. Lady Yugiri, so she's gotta be Yugiri-sama, right? We long to strike back against the Empire and weaken their influence in this land, to prevent the tragedy which befell Doma from reoccurring. The days ahead and the work they promise will require a very particular set of skills. Skills which I am fortunate enough to possess. If you will allow it, I would accompany you until the investigation is complete. I'm more than allow it! It's good to have you, my friend. That is a most generous offer, Lady Yugiri, and one which I gladly accept. Thank you. Though I may disappear for a time, know that I shall never be far, and shall always be watching. A comforting thought. Come, Khaiden, let us wait inside for Captain Ilber to return and deliver his report. Ah, this is so lovely. A past companion coming in. Didn't think she would be back on the story so soon, though. Thought it would take something else. It would take longer than that, maybe. I see a fate is going on there. There's a player taking part in that fate, I'll help them. Let's take a little detour here. And help them with that. Level sync to 40, we can handle that. We can do things at level 40, alright? See, when I see there's an actual player partaking in it, that's what makes me want to participate in a fate more. You know, I love the multiplayer aspect of MMORPGs. The massively and the multiplayer, if you will. I'm kind of taking some of the aggro, though. Didn't quite intend to do it like that. Fate failed! Ouch! Why did we fail exactly? What was it that we had to do? It wasn't because of me that we failed, right? Huh. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. I never get to use those potions, might as well use it now. I didn't read the instructions of the fate, so I don't know what it took to succeed at that. Hopefully it wasn't because of me that they failed. It would have to be restarted. Not sure if that's what that player is doing there. I'm just gonna go on, I hope it's okay. Captain Ilbert seemed confident that the merchant's resolve would swiftly crumble when pressed. If so, we should have new information ere long. As to whether it will bring us any closer to learning the Ivy's identity, I would rather not say. Given an adversary's cunning, I shall consider us fortunate if we are spared another wild dodo chase. The gods know we have more than enough to occupy our time as it is. But that's the completion of that. Very nice, very nice. And that, I think, is a great point in which to end it for today, actually. Yeah, I think it's just gonna be best if I leave the rest of Dreams of Ice for another stream. And from what I see of the quest, we have 10 quests left. From 10 to 19 in this quest chain of Dreams of Ice. It's a great stopping point, a great transition point as we have Yugiri. Honestly, I could go on streaming for longer, but I think it's best if we pace it this way, and I'm getting a bit famished, honestly. It has been long since the last time I ate today. So I gotta go for something else. Gotta go for dinner now, probably. We will be raiding someone though, so stick around for the raid. If you would like, Maniacs, thank you for being here. Yeah, I think that's a good way to go about it. And again, great stopping point as we kind of transition from one part to the other. Yugiri showed up, and we'll get into the next half of it. We did do that dungeon there. We most likely will have a duty with Shiva. And yeah, that will be the aim of the next stream, to do the remainder of it, to do all of it. So it probably will be longer than this. And it's good. We are hitting the 3-hour mark right there. So yeah. But also, while I'm taking a look at who to raid, unless you have any suggestions, we could go for them. Give me a second here. Reminder of what we have for the rest of the week. We still have more Final Fantasy XIV. However, this is not going to be Dreams of Ice. This is not going to be the main scenario quests. It's going to be the Hatching Tide Easter event in a collab with Allurin tomorrow early. Not as early as the stream today with Castle Crashers, but very close to that time. At 12 p.m. Eastern time. With Allurin Direstorm there, I am guessing he is going to stream it from his side. From his side of things. So that will be good. Who is good to raid here? Yeah, I know exactly who we're going to raid. The timing is really good. Because he is starting his streams, Vermilion. Ryder Vermilion, my friend here, he was here earlier. It's just starting his streaming... What is he streaming again? Fallout New Vegas. Fallout New Vegas, yes. Copy and paste either version of the raid message, though let me also put the subscriber version of it. Only use it if you have the emote. By being a subscriber or by, like, getting it for 24 hours from the redemption. Otherwise, it's not going to show up, so you can use one of the other two. But yeah, Japanese learning also on YouTube on Sunday. Moving on as normal there. This was fun. I think pacing it this way might be good. Some days we will go back to doing it the other way we did it, like having the entirety of it in one sitting. But honestly, if it weren't for the pacing I want to do, it's not entirely because I already had 2 streams today. Honestly, I could keep going. And I'm so glad to be saying that. Again, something about, you know, loving something makes you be able to go through thick and thin with it. And I love doing this. This is why I can do this for so many hours in a single day for 2 streams. And I want to have more days like this. I want to keep doing Fridays this way, alright? Final Fantasy Friday. Again, in the future, probably with a Final Fantasy game. Probably. But with Final Fantasy games. And keeping it going for several years because... I don't know. I don't know what the future may bring, but... If we want to do all Final Fantasy games, that's something that's going to take years. For heaven's sake. Or at least all the numbered ones. So yeah. Anyway, let's raid Vermilion right here. Give that love to my fellow Tokusatsu Kamen Rider streamer. And also fan of Kamen Rider and all that. The 39 Kamen Rider challenge continues. I gotta take a look at Twitter to maybe retweet other people. There's probably other people that have done something by now. So I'll retweet them on Kamen Rider Daily. Alright, thank you for a lovely Final Fantasy Friday. The streaming week is far from over. So hey, I do hope to see you there. But for now, minna, otsukaresama deshita. Bye bye.